Welcome to alsherbs.com, the oasis for your wellness journey. Our mission is to promote good health and reduce the risk of disease by providing a holistic approach to well-being. From the soothing scent of lavender to the invigorating kick of ginseng, we've got you covered with a wide array of herbs, supplements, and wellness products. Imagine the power of nature, harnessed and delivered right to your doorstep. That's the alsherbs.com promise, and it's a promise we're proud to keep. Shopping at alsherbs.com has truly transformed my life, says one of our satisfied customers. The quality of their products is unmatched, and I've never felt better. And she's not alone. Countless individuals have found a one-stop shop for all their wellness needs at alsherbs.com. It's made a world of difference in my life, another customer shares. And what's the secret to our success? It's simple. We believe in the power of holistic wellness, and we're committed to providing the best products to support your journey. Whether you're boosting your immune system, seeking natural remedies, or enhancing your fitness routine, we have everything you need. The path to a healthier, happier life is just a click away. Visit alsherbs.com today and experience the transformative power of nature. Take the first step towards a vibrant, fulfilling lifestyle. alsherbs.com, where your wellness journey begins. Improving lives, one herb at a time. Your wellness oasis awaits.
What's going on? We're gonna be kind of a little dim light, okay? Just trying out some different lighting tonight. So still live in the flesh. So I didn't really get a chance to give a good video on momentum. I was driving to work. That's one of my strategies to build up momentum. That's a lot of people's strategy to build momentum up is to go to the old-fashioned JLB. That's where I was headed to, and the actual audio was just really, really trash. So I'm going to be talking about more about momentum this evening. Okay. I actually like this lighting. I think I'm going to go with it even more because it's kind of natural. Because like one of the things I notice about like the full lighting, if you're doing that during the day, that's probably okay. But a lot of times I go live at night. So I think it fits better. It's more natural-esque that, okay, it's dark. So the camera should probably be dark. I mean, duh. You know, I'm learning, man. I'm learning about like different things on the fly. That's the thing about being, I'm gonna tell you, okay, all you entrepreneurs out there, you know, a lot of what you gotta do to a certain extent, if you have a shoestring budget, you have to basically take off on the plane and then figure out how to fly it while it's in the air. You know, it's like, man, that's kind of like how things are, you know, to a certain degree. You got to figure out how to be the chef, cook, manager, janitor, accountant, bookkeeper, security guard, customer service rep. I mean, that's a true story, actually. That's a lot of people. That's what they do. It's some people don't never get no employees. Like they don't never expand. That's just kind of what they start off and they finish with. They're successful in business, but they never like, you know, expanded, you know, systemized their business to the point where, you know, they didn't have to work it, you know. Like my grandfather, he was like that. He pretty much he worked his business. Like a lot of people have trust issues when they involve money because when you're dealing with business, you're dealing with money. So a lot of times people have trust issues. So they don't want anybody around the money like that. Now you got cameras, you got camera companies or CCTV companies, not so much CCTV, but more, let's just say, security management companies that they'll sit on the cameras all day long and see who's stealing. So, okay, if you ever walked in a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree, that's how they operate. They have camera. They have companies. They have a contract with the company that monitors the cameras basically 24/7, primarily when the business is open, okay, during normal operations. So they catch the employees stealing, they catch the employees, doing all kind of stuff. They catch the customers stealing. So the technology now allows someone to systemize their business more, being hands off once you're able to get to that point, more now than ever it was in history. You used to, before cameras, before technology, you had to be in the business. You could keep a good accounting of what you had and the amount of money that you should get from that, and you could keep track of that. But if you wanted to actually see what someone actually is doing, you check on your employees, you have to actually physically check on your employees. Now they got computers that monitor your job activities, like see what you actually been working on your computer. Um, they got quite a bit of things now to micromanage without being there, your employees, or at least to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, am I for that? Would my management style be micromanaging? No, no. I would have a performance based program for my employees. If I had a corporation that was pretty lucrative, I would do performance based off of, okay, what performance metrics have you done? Have you helped the business or hurt the business? So that's pretty much what I would do. That's what Netflix does, and I believe Amazon also works that way, as far as their salaried employees are basically um, have to adhere to basically a performance based system. Okay. So that being said, what does all of that have to do with momentum? Well, it does have everything to do with momentum, because here's the deal. A lot of times what the business world has is a person that comes from the employee side, that learns how to run the business, take some things that they learn from the job that they worked, or the jobs that they work, and they go into business. Okay, a la Allstate. Allstate was started by two ex all State Farm employees, and they became the second biggest insurance company in the United States. The first is State Farm. All started in Illinois. Okay, so those things are important. Basically, a businessman usually started from either his father had a business, or family, they had a family business, and they learned the business over time. Father got old, retired, or died, they come right in and take over the business. Okay, that's the old fashioned way to do it, and that's the best way to do it. Okay, some people just basically learn from working from different companies. They have skill sets that they learn from college or university. They take those outside of the work place setting as an employee side, and they go into business. That's momentum as well. Okay, but what I'm talking about is primarily on a personal finance level. Very few businesses become successful. Business is it's very very difficult. Okay, having a business is like having your own sovereign country. That's kind of how difficult business is. It's like having your own sovereign country and then having people support that sovereign country. That's kind of how difficult it is to make it and survive in business. Okay, so that being said, the couple of things that I wanted to talk about on the personal finance side of momentum is that one, what you see today as far as like people that have lost everything. They've lost, their house. They lost, they lost everything they had. They're sleeping on the street. They, had a divorce, and basically, they're on the street trying to survive, trying to make it. It's like some people they lost their momentum. They've lost whatever edge they had financially. A lot of times it goes spiritually, physically as well. They lost it. Okay, so that is what a lot of times you see when you hear people trying to make it. I don't want to go too crazy as far as what this um what I'm talking about and stuff. I don't want to get too crazy because I know some people are very sensitive, they're very, very much sensitive about what they see because I tend to be so. And there's people that's smarter than me, and but sometimes I scare people away because um, I tend to go places um, that other people probably be like would consider weirdo. So, all right, let me play this here. Let me see something. For a sec. Okay, so we can talk about this, so we can get a visual. Because a lot of times people do need some type of visual aid to help them understand. They need some type of visual aid to assist their journey, to provide some type of understanding. Okay, so this is from DW documentary. This is young and homeless in New York. Now here's the deal, right? I'm all for being positive. I'm very much for being positive. Sometimes you have to stop being comical to a certain extent and take things a little bit more serious, and then you could come back and you can go laugh afterwards. But sometimes you have to grit your teeth and keep going. because everything ain't funny, you know. I mean, I just had to just say that.
Never had.
New York, the city of big dreams for many, is also home to a growing number of unhoused people.
But it's real easy to be homeless these days.
Over 650.
Yeah, man, just very simple. I mean, off the rip, it is very like, okay, let's just talk about that. Let's just talk about that, okay? And this is definitely going to be a long discussion. You know, it is so easy to be homeless. Oh my God. It is so, I mean, okay, again, I never forget this, right? I was in the Indiana Black Expo long before I ever moved to Gary, Indiana. I mean, this was like 10 years ago. I was helping a friend of mine basically sell products at the Black Expo. He had a booth, he had a table. He was selling his merchandise, and then I was selling mine. I was selling my little conscious DVDs or whatever, or woke DVDs, if you know, that's the word now people say. And I made my little coins, you know what I'm saying? I actually saved the day with my coins, you know, because I made enough money to actually get a hotel room, so we ain't have to stay at no freaking Motel 6. Pause. But the thing is that yeah, I remember this guy that was in the Air Force. He came up, older black guy. He was with one of his homies or brothers, and he was talking to my friend. He was in the Air Force briefly, and he said, you know, you operating off of a slim chance of error. Most people in the business world and regular personal financial world are operating off a slim chance of error.
Message.
What do I mean? Broke jeans, what do you mean by a slim chance of error? Okay, I'm talking like you got people, you got to understand, almost half of everyone in America statistically live check to check, have no savings, or don't have at least $1,000 in savings. Okay, so that's half, right? So what if something happened where a rogue truck just slams into an apartment building? That person is on the other side of the 50%. They're not on the other side. They're within that 50% where they have no savings. Their constant conversations are the relationship hyperloop. What Tasha K is doing, what Cardi B is doing, what Nicki Minaj is doing, what rapper is this said rapper is doing, this said person is doing, right? That is not conducive to financial gain, financial prosperity, anything like that, right? People like that, what I find out, tend to be broke, okay? Tend to not have that much money, tend to not take money matters seriously. They avoid me like the plague. And you know what? I appreciate those people, because those people don't come around me arguing like that. And I had to think about it. I'm like, damn, you know, I don't really get a lot of fanfare, but I also don't get a lot of people arguing, you know, because they don't really got anything to argue about. They don't really. They really are not. They're non-competitive in the financial world. Now, that being said, truck plows in through the apartment building. They have no savings. What are they going to have to do? If they're grateful enough to have family members that care about them, that are not toxic to where they can't go back to them, because a lot of people have toxic family members. The reason why that they might even be in the financial predicament that they're in is because their family members pretty much kind of set the tone towards that. Their family members were, watching soap operas, grandma, mama watching soap operas and wasting their time with other foolishness. And that time is very, very valuable. Time is very, very valuable. So the thing is that a lot of these videos I even do for myself, because I would love to have another reminder to remind me what's important, So with that slim chance of error, the truck slams the apartment building. Everybody, makes the news story and everything, and people coming out. And then here's the deal: those people that were fixed on Netflix, fixed on Hulu, on the TV box, they were fixed on this drama, that gossip, this gossip, that person, this comment, that comment. They were in a trance of unproductivity. Okay. And yeah, they had a job, but one job is one stream of income. That's one trick pony. That's not enough to make it. It's very, very risky to just have one job in, modern times, like they are now. So you don't have anything to risk. So therefore, you basically feel like you can watch TV all day, and then your time, your life is just wasted away. Now, truck hits the building. What happens? News reporter comes out with a camera, lighting and everything, microphone. These people they got a freaking sheet wrapped around them with a comforter. It's cold out right now, and they're wondering how they're gonna make it, because one, they were in an apartment that basically is, rent is never stopping and never ends, right? And they weren't saving any money. They didn't have a budget. They didn't have a lifestyle that prioritized financing. This is what happens. What happens? This is a psychological thing. Finances is psychological. I think I went and broke down finance being psychological. I'm pretty sure if I didn't do it, I'm going to get to it. Where basically finance is it's a psychological element to it. So that being said, I'll get to that. This is like a series. It's going to be a lot of different things that I'm going to be talking about related to, financial defense. But the thing is that a lot of times, these people, they come from a product of parents that this is what old people thought. This is the mindset, right? I'm going to give you the mindset. I'm going to give you the psychological, programming that was pushed on older people. And it's being pushed on. It's intergenerational. It gets passed on to the next generation and so on and so forth. This is what people think. They think, and they get it from their mom and their grandparents and father and stuff like that. Rich people or wealthy people, they're wealthy people. It's no chance on me being wealthy. Very slim chance to hell that I'll be wealthy. Or I can't even have a piece of that wealth. Or I have to play the lottery, or I have to hit the numbers or whatever in order to have any piece of opportunity towards that. There's no way I can compete with those people or even make any money nowhere near that, or be wealthy on even a small scale. Those types of thinking is why people have the issues that they have, because they were taught by their parents that thinking. Those are those wealthy people, and usually those are white people. Those are Asian people, and the black people, no, it's hard. You can't do it. Blah blah blah. All of these excuses. I'll never forget this. It happened recently. I gave someone at my job my book. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm offline changing people's lives. I'm giving people advice offline. So the guy he's older than me. He's older than me. He's like 10 years older than me. Don't matter. I gave him my book, Millionaire Savings Plan, and he called me. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to be rich. I was like, man, don't say that, man. That's not true, man. I don't remember what the discussion was, but he thought in his mind that he was never going to be rich. That's rich people riches are for rich people. A poor person or a person that works even a job, riches is not possible. That's what people think. And I'm gonna be honest with you. His job security was a lot better than my job security. I just was looking at him like, wow, you really think that? But that's the way it is, because he kind of told me, pull back the layers of what is going on in his life. His family life is messed up. His family are like if you watch the Boondocks, his family is like the Katrinians. Very toxic, very jealous of him, the little minor successes he's had, working in IT. I mean, like just toxic family, man. So within about a month, the man life changed. Like, he got out of that house, and he was telling me where he was living. The dude was living in the attic, man, in Chicago. Like, I'm like, man, wow. I mean, he went to a hotel room, and then he's got a nice studio. He said he got approved for a nice studio apartment. So yeah, like that, all of that was through me being positive, me seeing who he was, and what I saw was better than what he thought of his own of himself. He thought he, was gonna have to rug it out, and I probably saved him about 6 months to a year of just high pressure struggle, by just him telling, hey man, you probably need to do this, probably need to do A or B. Nah, don't do that. Nah, talk to this guy, call this guy. I gave him the number of a realtor. Go, nah, man, get you some real estate, man. You got the credit, you got the job, So he wasn't ready for that, but at the deal, at the end of the day, he's got a decent studio set up, decent building. He's out the hotel situation. and he literally is on a different path that's a lot better than what he was dealing with before he talked to me. So I'm out here, giving people, advice and giving them help, in the real world, not just on YouTube. And the thing is that a lot of times people don't know how good they have it, and they just so beat up that they just have a struggle thought process of thinking, and everything is struggle. And no, it's the it's a better situation if you set yourself up for it. Sometimes you might need a pep talk. So the basically situation where people outside, they obviously at this point homeless, a Mack truck just slammed into their building. That's why you have those situations where people are outside with the comforters having an interview on the 10 o'clock news, because they don't have any place to go. And then they have to go to the Salvation Army and all of that type of stuff. So the thing is that thankfully I had a grandfather that was not my biological grandfather, but he taught me business, save your money, okay, the ways of the world, okay, get you a safe, get you a gun, and stack your bread, okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall to this illusion that you're supposed to follow everybody else. Don't follow the path of the idiot. Don't do that. Make sure that you have what you need for success. Don't go for the okie doke. So momentum is something that can be started. And where do you start momentum? Fortunately, it's a lot easier than what you thought. It kind of goes into psychology. It goes into metaphysics. It goes into your mind. You need to think momentum in your mind first. Whatever a man thinketh, so he doeth. So, momentum. How do you think of momentum in your mind? You visualize others as well as yourself. What is the idea of momentum? Who is the person that you think of that has built up momentum? Who is that person? And visualize yourself building your momentum. Where I am right now, I visualized it. I'm living a dream. I visualize, okay, it's going to be one point where, basically, like right now, I'm putting up my wall. I'm putting up my shiplap wall, I'm basically, getting my office together. You know what I'm saying? I dreamed about this. I focused on this for weeks and months. It's starting to happen. You gotta first think it, and then you gotta do it. Once you think it, that's the hardest part, because once you have it in your mind, that's why I talk about in my book, The Millionaire Savings Plan, to create some type of vision board, create some type of picture collage to where whatever you want, you visualize that, and then you see it, and it becomes normal to you. It becomes no big deal to you, and it's achievable. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it from a psychological point. you thinking it and you're seeing it, and then you go out and do it. Okay, it becomes second nature because you've already visualized it. You know, the senses, touch, see, hear, taste. You've already saw it. So actually physically touching it, that's another, we can talk about that. Go on that open house to that house that you want to live in. Just go walk through. Touch that house. Touch that material on that mansion or that house that you really want. Okay? Visualize what it would be like living in that house. Is that visualization or that vision like a nightmare, or it's easy going? If it's a nightmare, a lot of times it's like you're going through some things, and then, it's okay to back off of it and come back to it, because you're fighting some other things. You're fighting some demons. You're dealing with some things, and kind of dreaming is kind of difficult maybe for you at that time, but you can get back into it. You can, you just gotta kind of keep fighting. But I said all of that. I'm very deep. Okay, I'm probably the most in-depth financial person that you probably would even. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Come check out owlsherbs.com, where we have all of your herbal needs and different variety of products, from sea moss to black seed oil, and a different variety of products for different health issues, because your health is your wealth. All right, I'm back. Probably think I heard my cat do something. I don't know, jump up something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get rid of that fucking cat, man. Yeah, so yeah, when it comes down to it, momentum is psychological. It's very much something that you have to work on in your mind first, have to work some things out and go from, move on from there. Basically, this cat is just, oh my God, this shit is blowing me. Give me just a second. All right, I'm back. Alrighty, so I caught the damn cat was trying to go up in my ceiling or whatever in my rafters, and I caught her butt and put her in the cage. So yeah, I got a problem. I got a problem cat. She gets bored and I don't know, she likes to get her way. And I have to discipline her. So the thing is that a lot of times that's what happens. People think that they can't get to a certain level momentum wise. The wealth and riches is for rich people and wealthy people. Okay, what's the difference between riches and wealth? Riches is something that you can get rid of on a Saturday evening or weekend. You can lose your riches. Wealth is harder to lose. It usually takes a generation to lose. It's concentrated assets, concentrated wealth. Riches is something you can go fly into Las Vegas and get rich in one night. Hit a machine or a progressive on a machine, or gamble, and then you could become a millionaire. Um, you know, Going to Vegas for the weekend, and then you could be a millionaire and basically lose $1 million in a weekend in Vegas. So that's the difference between riches and wealth. Okay, this is definitely something that you can lose. Momentum is something that you can lose, and that goes into. I listed a few things that are momentum destroyers. If you saw the video I did on momentum before this, it's just kind of a rehashing. And these are in no particular order. And some things you kind of can't avoid. So, and then it's some things you can avoid. So, the first thing I'll say as far as what a momentum killer is, and this is a thing whereas kind of goes into the idea of being a millionaire. A lot of people don't believe that they can be what I would call a gradual millionaire. They only believe you can become an instant millionaire. They don't think that you can become a gradual millionaire. It's a difference. Usually people that are, celebrities and in the sports and entertainment world, they become instant millionaires. And that's what people's mindset is that basically I'm going to be an instant millionaire. I'm going to sign a contract, sign my life away, and get $1 million deal. And then I'll be instantly a millionaire. Gradual millionaires, they don't think like that. They know they sign a contract for $1 million, they giving away something, because nobody gives you $1 million for nothing. So basically you're signing away something worth more than $1 million, obviously, because this man or woman is a businessman and they're not going to give you $1 million for nothing. So a gradual millionaire's mindset will be like, all right, I don't really want the deal. I want the contract, but I want 90% of my royalties. Okay. I don't want no advance. I just want to get my music out as much as possible. I'm okay. I'm still living in an apartment with my baby mama. We good. I don't need no advance. I just need to cut out, basically these tracks and put my album out. So and go on tour. So like that's what a gradual millionaire mindset would be. And a lot of people that you see that are successful, that's what they are. Now, first momentum destroyer is, and this is typical, okay, hyper spending. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to this video. My man just dropped out he just dropped something real simple, real short and sweet, and then it was like, it was off to the races, man. I had to break that down, So we're gonna play this here. Young and homeless in New York.
50,000 people are homeless in the US, more than ever before. The situation is especially bad in New York.
And again, what he said was, a bomb drop moment was that it is very easy to be homeless. Story about Air Force Air Force guy. Most people operate off of a slim chance of failure, or slim chance of error. Okay, meaning if you go A instead of B and lose C, equals you're screwed and you have to play catch up for like 10. It might take you 5-10 years to basically recover from something you just did. Okay, I don't know what you said. How listen at statement about momentum. Okay, yeah, momentum is something that's why I'm talking about it, because it is the reason why you look at the dude or the woman that got the, Lexus with the red seats, or the peanut butter seats, and, the Birkin bag, or the Prada. One of them is actually credit. People are using credit, and people are also in debt, and they're also lying to you. They're faking it till they make it. That's, one thing, but a person that really truly has it, they build it up over time with momentum. They don't really want to tell you that, or they have a different way of explaining it to you, or they can't really explain it to you like that. They just explain it to you differently. I know how the person comes up. It's with momentum. It's just like with anything else. If you become a prize fighter, you don't become a prize fighter overnight. You build up momentum. You start, amateur, you work your way up professionally. You might go to the Olympics. You might even start off Golden Gloves, and then you work your way up to the point where you become a prize fighter. So one of the biggest momentums, the reason why people operate off of a slim chance of error, is most people operate like that. Okay. Most people don't come from a family where they have their heiress or heir. Okay. They don't have $1 million or $10 million or $100 million in a trust fund that they get $100,000 a month for the rest of their life. They don't have that. Most people's reality is not that. Most people don't even have a trust fund to where they get $10,000 a month. They don't even have, people don't have a trust fund to where they get $1,000 a month, $100 a month. So you see where I'm getting at. People don't have no freaking threshold of margin that they can like waste. That's what the illusion that people think. And I've talked about even this. I even had that illusion for many years. Oh, I'm gonna be all right no matter what, because a lot of times Black people, we think that we're gonna be all right no matter what, because we survived slavery, we survived colonialism, we survived, Jim Crow, we survived all kind of stuff, and we just get a soup. We have a super mindset that we think that we can just get over everything, and it's like, well, you got to understand, there's a lot of people that didn't get over. They didn't, it's a lot of people still living in the slums in Alabama and Mississippi. Okay. I've been there. I seen it, so, the thing is that mindset, you spend freely thinking that it's going to be okay. And that's one of the momentum killers that we're going to be talking about.
And so this is where I live.
John lives with his family in a homeless shelter in New York. He shares this room in Brooklyn with his girlfriend Zoe and their daughter Isabella.
That'll be the entryway. This is basically my kitchen. That's the fridge that they provide.
Now, the reason why I went to New York, because again, my homie, his counselor guy was like, it's very easy to become homeless in New York. I mean, the average rent is like $2,000-3,000 or something like that, $4,000 a month. I mean, come on now. I mean, hello. I mean, that's very easy to fucking that's a big margin to mess up on. You could just blink and then you could just not, in my mind, you could just lose sleep for a week or a couple of days and then your ass is out on your grass. You could lose your job and then not get another one and then boom, you know what I'm saying? You got to move back somewhere else or whatever. It's just, New York is just, I know it's hard because I know how Chicago is. It is tough, man. So that's why, I had to play this, man, because it's probably one of the hardest places to survive, man. New York.
5 in the unit, and they also provide a little table, and then they give you a dresser and a bed, as you can see.
It's been a year since they moved in here. They're working hard to be able to move into their own place as soon as possible.
Right now we're trying to get help getting an apartment, but it's taken a little while now because the public assistance is backed up with a bunch of cases. So right now we're just waiting to get help that we need.
John was kicked out of his family home when he was 21. He stayed with friends for a while before landing in a homeless shelter. He then got a flat but ended up in a shelter again after he couldn't afford the rent.
We had to do a few hurdles. It took us 3 tries to get.
Let me tell you how you if your back is against the wall financially, meaning you don't really have that much money, things are really tight, and this works. It hurts though. It's gonna hurt your soul, but you gotta do it. You basically work 24 hours. Well, not 24 hours, but 18 hours. Instead of 8 hours, you working like 18 to 16 hours. Basically, you working 2 full-time jobs. Okay, how do you do that? It's real easy to do that nowadays. Now, here's the deal. You got your day job, right? Then after your day job, you do whatever, DoorDash all night. And then you could do DoorDash with a bike. You don't need a car to do DoorDash. You could have a bike and have something on the back of it to where you have a bag for the food and stuff, and you could ride a bike, man. And a lot of times y'all so fat, man, me included, you probably do need to do DoorDash on the bike. So the thing is the reason why I'm laughing is because I absolutely know how to do this, and I've done it before, and it's worked. And you're in the best place to actually try to do anything to try to come up, because in America, if you hustle, you gonna make it. I promise you. It's pretty much a lot of people that have a lot of hustle, they do very well. Okay. If you do things smart, you can't outcompete those people that have a lot of hustle. Like, for example, I done countless streams on real estate, countless streams on fixing up houses and stuff like that. It falls on deaf ears. I don't care. Guess what I'm going to go do? I'm going to buy some more real estate within a couple months from now. You think I care if people don't listen to me or not? Hell no. I mean, I just know it's the smart thing to do. I don't give a fuck about who cares or don't care. I mean, it is what it is. Now, it's again, people that hustle hard, they're gonna make it. You gonna make it. That 16 hours, that concept, that works. That absolutely works. It might have some sleepless nights and might have some nights where you don't really want to do it, or it hurts or whatever. But the thing is that you might only have to do that for like maybe a few months, maybe 6 months. You might have to do it for a year or two. And then you basically, the reason why you're doing it is you're trying to build up momentum. So I just have to, give you an out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just play no videos and not. I've said that for years. Even shout out to Dennis Sperling. He talked about that. I call it AMG, basically AM Gangster, and then M5 5 to midnight. So you got the morning, and then you got pretty much in the evening 5 to midnight. And then after a while, you could afford one of them cars too. So what's going on, Alonzo? Salute. So yeah, I mean, basically, this guy, man, he's dealing with the center of capitalism in America and in the world, and he's trying to take care of his family and deal with homelessness in New York.
To their shelter. So they have multiple shelters in New York, but the shelters we were sent to before, they were kind of like not suitable like for us living in them, because at the time she was pregnant and the conditions were really like bad. I would say it was run down areas. There was a lack of security. The space that they provided was really, really small. Like I'd say like shoulder to shoulder, like units. I'd say it's like about.
And he said something very, very poignant. You see, I said poignant. Yeah, I went to a lot of school, man. A lot of education, man. I got a lot of credit hours under my belt. Sometimes I act a little ratchet, I guess, and you forget that. But the thing is this: what he said was he was living somewhere that was really, really grimy, really, really ghetto. Okay. Unfortunately, this is where I talk about. I understand why people pay for luxury living or pay to live in a better environment. I get it. But after a while, you got to understand it's certain people, they can't really keep up appearances like that. That's called keeping up appearances. Because technically you could, if all of those people, let's say you lived in an apartment building and the whole apartment building was like, we converting all of these, they gave y'all a notice and they said, we converting all of these units into condos. You got 3 months or 6 months to move. All of the people that basically like the apartment, that, qualify and actually are okay with, getting a mortgage for a condo, they're gonna go with the condo conversion. The people that are not okay with it, of course, they got to be forced to move out. And the reason I say this is that a lot of times people live in apartments because they can't really afford to live, or they try. That's an inexpensive way to get in an area, a nicer area, to avoid the riffraff. What I'm saying is, I'm not criticizing anybody that does that. I've done that. It is what it is. What I'm saying is, after a while, it's some people that can't afford to keep that up. They can't afford to pay that extra amount of rent that is usually tend to be a higher rent to live in those apartment buildings and those areas. They can't keep that up. So they have to go move back or move somewhere else that is not so much nice as that neighborhood that they were used to living in. And even some people can't even move to those areas and those luxury living apartment spaces, or even regular apartment spaces that are in, C, B, A neighborhoods. Not everybody can afford that. So that being said, sometimes you gotta thug it out for about for a few years, like 5 or 10 years or so or less, and save up your money and then move to a better neighborhood. Okay. It's like that. A lot of people don't want to live in certain parts of Chicago. They not, they don't want to live in, certain parts of the west side or south side of Chicago where it's really grimy. Some people have to because they really don't have any means to get out of the area. Some people are trying to hold on. Some people are stronger than others. Some people have tougher skin than other people. So it's a difference. Like, I got a cousin, his uncle lives in Inglewood. Been living in Inglewood for like 40 or 50 years. He's got tough skin. He's seen the changes. He deals with it. Now he's seeing, Inglewood go through gentrification. Which is the back of the yards. It's called the back of the yards in Chicago. So yeah, you might have to live in a bad part of the city for a while and then save your money and move out. I never forget one of my homies, same homie that had the booth at the Indiana Black Expo. When was this? This was about 2011, 2010. He used to live around where my store was, and his was on 79th, like East 79th. And he said he used to tell me stories about how one of the hood guys would like try to break into his house, his family house, to try to talk to his daughter. And they had to go through a lot of things, living around there, and they moved out and they moved to the suburbs, and they had to, because it was just too rough, so it just is what it is. It's based off of your socioeconomic background, your financials. Like, that's why our money focus. Like people be like, all you care about is money. I've been told that all you care about is money. It's a reason I'm like that. Yeah, I take money serious. I take finances very, very serious, because it's the difference between you having the money to take care of other people's health, including yourself, and to the difference between you being able to live the life and live where you want to live and not. Like, it's a lot of things, it's a lot of moving parts with that. Even women that really prioritize men that have money and stuff like that, I don't fault them for that. I just look at it. I just look at the chicks that they want to absorb an amount, and they don't even have what it takes to even qualify for that. They don't have the submission. They don't have the wherewithal to please men like that, or even get men like that, because you got to get them. And how do you get a man that's got a lot of money, or quote unquote man that could give you a certain lifestyle? Those men tend to get women that are very, very professional, pretty much like on a scale of 1 to 10, I did on a 3. They're educated and intelligent and business focused. You're not. You're lash, weave, and fingernail, or what? Basically press on nail focus. Like, that's not the world that a quote unquote high value provider male is in. He's got to go to business meetings, career events, job parties. He doesn't want to bring a hood rat to his company party. So yeah, good luck. But the thing is that the struggles, all of those struggles, it's called poor tax. They used to call it poor tax. You got to deal with crime. You got to deal with, Habiba selling you Cheerios that's $5 in the local bodega. You got to deal with, loose cigarettes for 50 cents. All of that type of stuff. Those are all what would be called poor tax.
Like 3x3. This one that we got to, it was like more convenient for us because it had a little bit more space.
Homelessness in New York is at its highest level in almost 100 years. Over 90,000 unhoused New Yorkers are currently sleeping in the city's homeless shelters. About a third of them are children. Over the past 10 years, the number of homeless adult New Yorkers has doubled, pushing up demand for shelter places also among young families.
My sisters all went through the shelter system because they all have kids, and they couldn't stay where they were living. They couldn't live with my mom because there's no space there. So they had to go through the shelter too, and that's kind of what made me want to say, hey, if they could do it, I could do it too.
John works nights at a clinic where he is often confronted with homelessness.
More people are going into the hospital just because they want a bed, they want something to eat. And, the hospital can't deny them, but it's unfortunate because sometimes I have to kick them out because that's a part of my job, even though
So he knows about the plight. So some hospitals, like emergency rooms, they house homeless people. It's like a de facto kind of homeless shelter, because they got to have somewhere to go, like a train station. There's a de facto homeless shelter. The thing is this, right? This is what I think. This is how I think. This is just my mindset. It's not just mine. It's not just my mindset. Okay. It is a lot of people. A lot of people have a more extreme Machiavellian mindset than I have. Because the thing is that you got to understand, this is one of the richest countries in the world. Absolutely, this guy's plight and struggle is some people that have nowhere near. It's on the opposite end. Like, it's people that, okay, Friday, they, a hedge fund, for example, a hedge fund basically profited about $110 million in one day. Just one private hedge fund, they profited for just one day trading $110 million. And that was just for the day. The hedge fund manager, because he gets a commission, his commission for that day is $1.2 million. And that's the reality of just one hedge fund. That's probably even a small hedge fund. Because you got some big ones like Citadel that do bigger numbers. So you gotta understand that it doesn't matter. And you should laugh, like, to a certain extent, if you're aware of it, because these people don't give a fuck about you. That's how this system is. It's like kind of like, it's very similar to the European system, where it's like basically these super elites, they don't give a fuck about anybody that's poor. They'll give like donations and stuff like that for non-for-profits. But then you also, there's another concept, it's called, poor. I mentioned poor tax. It's also something called poverty pimping. What is poverty pimping? I saw that when I was a school teacher in Chicago. You said NYC is a beast. I was living in a basement apartment that my wife and I owned, and she gave us the family discount of $1,500 a month, and it wasn't even a one bedroom. Wow, that's crazy. So when it comes to poverty pimping, right? What happens is these, big, donations that's given, like Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. She got a lot of money. She donated to a lot of organizations and stuff like that, right? Well, does that come to the average everyday individual? No. A lot of non-for-profits actually, they don't make necessarily profit. They budget the profits towards basically their salaries. So like you could be working for a non-for-profit and make six figures. How can you make six figures working for a non-for-profit? I'm not talking about Marxism or communism or socialism. I'm talking about from a perspective of my mindset is, a lot of people don't give a fuck about you. You have to give a fuck about you, because these people absolutely have the tax base, they have the funding to definitely provide more for people. It's just that's the way this shit is designed. And when you wake up and you realize that how wealthy this country is, you realize it's a game. It's it's not in a game in the sense that people are playing you like Monopoly, but it's a game in the sense that the money is absolutely there. People are making it. You're just not making it. That's why I say take things serious. Take finances more serious, because when you do that, your world will open up and your eyes will open up to the reality that basically this thing is very, very competitive. It's a lot of gatekeeping. It's a lot of red tape, but you can compete even on a lower stratosphere. You can compete, and you can get something out of this. A lot of times you might not think of your little minute successes are a success, and then I play you a homeless video, and then your eyes wake up. You start to think, damn, that could have been me. You know what I'm saying? Donations are tax write-offs. Exactly. It's a tax deduction. That was in 2015. Okay, yeah, $1,500 family discount, So, I mean, me, I was living with family, and it was a lot of stuff with that, man. It's crazy. But it was it was fun while it lasted. I appreciate it because I like the fact that I live with my grandparents and I live with my parents for an extended period. It actually makes me it made me smarter because I know what works and I know what to do and not do. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, one is definitely smoke. My granddaddy used to chain smoke and drink, every day. I definitely ain't on that. Um, but the thing is that I know what works and don't work. It's like a lot of that is ingrained in me from basically watching what my parents have done. I don't think that it's like the whole. I was gonna do a show about the baby boy myth because people be like, okay, if you live with your mama, you automatically become baby boy and basically an unproductive male. It's like, no, no, not at all. It's just if you got a mindset of a baby, yeah, you will have that your reality. But if you got a mindset where you become business minded, finance focused, you gonna take on opportunities and you gonna move on. Did your mama hurt you? Yeah, she did. But you gotta keep on moving on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so this is this chart here is the actual distribution of wealth in the United States. You got the super elite that's just super is off the scale. Okay. The average person is absolutely struggling. And the illusion, and this is what I call the illusion for inclusion, is that your little middle class money. I made 6 figures last year. Ain't shit. Ain't nothing. Nothing. I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, I went to go see the Vikings play the Bears, and okay, I'm going somewhere. I'm going overseas next week. Okay, yeah, I fixed my house up a little bit more. I had to hustle, okay, to get 6 figures. I don't get it from a job, okay. But it's still, I don't have the illusion for inclusion, meaning I don't have an illusionary mindset that I think my little 6 figures makes me much more high above here than the average small person that's struggling dealing with homelessness. I am not that far off even making 6 figures. I still believe it's possible that I can become homeless. I am not living no delusional mindset to think that I've arrived and I made it. So let me play more of this video here, and I'm going to talk about some more money traps, some more momentum destroyers. Okay, we talked about
I
hype.
don't want to because I understand what it is to be homeless since I experienced that myself.
In his teens, John broke the law. He was arrested and sent to prison. Zoe, whom he met in high school, never gave up on him.
So yeah, I was waiting for what the reason why he's homeless. It's a lot of people that's struggling with that. And actually that wasn't even on my list, but you can add that. Basically, going to jail. Okay, going to jail or prison, right? That's death. That's like it's literally what people don't understand about jail and prison is literally it's like you died, but you still alive because everything that you have is still out there. All your assets is still out there. You hoping that your family or your friends can help you with managing it and everything. But ain't nobody gonna manage your assets and stuff like you do. But it's like you're literally dead, but you're not dead because you're just somewhere else, that, locked up. And it's like, yeah, it's an absolute financial momentum destroyer, because whatever you work for, you're gonna lose it. Anything that you got rotating bills on, definitely your apartment, it's gone. Storage locker, gone. Any insurance you've been paying for, gone. Any you have a mortgage, gone. And that's why people like get really, really frustrated about getting arrested and all of that. Even some people like, think that they want to, end it all or have a shootout with the police, because they know they're about to lose everything they worked hard for once they get caught, So yeah, jail and prison, getting locked up, just say, is a big momentum destroyer. Absolutely huge, huge, huge momentum destroyer. And the thing is you can even say systematically, black people are locked up more than, and criminally prosecuted more than other races in America, and that's one of the reasons. When you get locked up, that's a good way to destroy your momentum. Okay. So getting locked up, now your woman has to fend for herself, your family has to fend for themselves. You are the patriarch can no longer, help your family out, do anything, because you're locked up. All you have is a voice and some advice. That's it. Like you can't do anything physically because you're locked up. You could talk to somebody on the outside, but yeah, the financial, one of the biggest momentum killers is definitely getting locked up. So that's what this guy, he's his plight is. And in this country, it doesn't matter if you're a felon and you get locked up, you go to prison, you got a criminal record. Now it gets even worse, and you have to. In this case, you have to be the only. It's a couple ways to deal with this. This is something I had to deal with, unfortunately. You got to be really, really business minded. You got to be really, really financially focused. You have to be really, really much of a hustler to survive this whole felony tag, or the scarlet letter of having a felony, because this is another reason why I talk about fixing up houses, stuff like that. When you have a felony, you can't even hardly get an apartment. It's difficult to get an apartment. So the system is designed for you to actually risk being more homeless, being more having to deal with more of a struggle even after you got out of prison or whatever. You could even have gotten probation, never went to prison. You have that scarlet letter, that felony record. You have a hard time to get an apartment, because apartment is communal living. You living around other people. So this is why I say, like, working on houses, fixing up houses, it's a survival necessity, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I don't even like apartments, but even if I wanted an apartment, having a felony record is very difficult trying to get an apartment, even if you wanted one. But the thing is that a lot of people, the recidivism rate is high, because now you got the felony record, can't get a job hardly. It's very difficult to get hired. You can't get qualified for a lot of different things because you have that record. It's just designed for you to go back into prison, to go to, a lot of people go do the same thing they went to prison for, because in their mind, that's all they think they could do. Okay. Fortunately for me, it was something where I just made a mistake. I wasn't really in sound of mind. It was something that just happened. and it was, a lot of moving parts with that. But I don't think like a person that is probably a typical felon or whatever. Like I'm just gonna, go back right on the trap and start trapping again. No, I literally just I did whatever I was doing before, and then I just do things better. I'm smarter, wiser, and I know how to move within the red tape. Okay, I mean a lot of the reasons why they have those red tapes is it's the same thing that people that it's people that don't have a felony, they don't even take the opportunities that they have. Like it's so many opportunities out here if you don't have a felony, and it's like people that don't have it, they don't even take the opportunity to do the things that a person that has a felony can't do. Like for example, a lot of people do DoorDash. You don't have to do DoorDash. You could do medical couriering, driving around medical equipment or medical waste. You can make way more money doing that than driving somebody's food to their house or apartment. You deliver medical equipment, you can make like probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 times the amount that you would make doing DoorDash or even delivering groceries. But like basically, people, don't do that. You could be a real estate broker. You could sell insurance. You can actually even get hard money because I remember I applied to get some hard money. I would have qualified with some slight adjustments, but one of the criteria was you can't have a felony. And it's like, yeah, that was the difference between getting funding for a project, for a house or not. But just think about it. How many people absolutely can qualify for that? They're sitting on their hands. A lot of people, sit on their hands and they don't even have a felony. It's like it is what it is. There's a lot of broke people that don't have felonies. I mean, I was broke, to be honest, before I even had a felony. So I mean, I was one of those people, to be honest, and it just made it harder. But it's a lot. It just makes it even worse once you get that record to absolutely make it. It's almost like a shadow that basically follows you along even after you do the time, you do the probation, you do all of the requirements. You have that scarlet letter that's following you to make you hard to get a job, hard to get housing, hard to get opportunities. And it's like that's why I just have an internal fuck you to the society, this elite society that's set up like that. And it's definitely set up by the elites. That's just why I have the mindset that I have, because it's just like I know these people and what they do and why they do that, because they want it to be fucking so difficult. What I'm saying? They want this thing to be so difficult, and it's not. I promise you, it's not difficult. You can overcome a lot of this stuff. And I'm gonna tell you how you do it right here in your mind. It might sound crazy. It might sound like, this dude's delusional as hell. It's in your mind, huh? Yeah, because so like, for example, a lot of time, I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of people are addicted to drugs, even the rich, even a lot of the wealthy and rich. A lot of these people that stockbrokers, hedge fund managers, a lot of these people, they either sexual deviants, they don't have any sexual control, and they use a lot of drugs. They take meth, they use a lot of cocaine, a lot of alcohol and different drugs. And if you have a superior mindset You know, you're healthy. You don't have to worry about that type of stuff, and you can overcome the foolishness. You know, what's going on? What's going on? You have more. You have real world insight into what I'm talking about.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's rampant in New York City.
yeah.
Um, Especially as a stockbroker. So I was a stockbroker for a short period. I left it and came back to insurance. Um, Stockbrokeraging is a stressful game. And here's the funniest thing about it. People will like when I first started selling insurance, I was 27 years old. I would go into people's houses and try and sell them insurance and retirement accounts. And they'd be like, "Oh, you're so young. You don't know nothing about retirement." What they don't know is that stockbrokeraging is a young man's game. And niggas who sell stocks are like 25, like 21 to 25. Usually, like, you'll get the older people who are like maybe 30, but it's rarely you see a stockbroker sitting there like 40 years. By that time, they've moved on to, the big name firms, the Edward Jones, the Morgan
JP Morgan.
Stanley.
JP Morgan.
Yeah, JP Morgan. Like, I got a friend who works at I don't like any of those companies because they're not independent. And all of those, they don't have any grind to them. Fidelity, none of that. So the advisors that work there, people think, oh, well, this is a big prestigious firm. Them motherfuckers is scamming the hell out of people, number one, because people are just going to come to them and blindly give them their money because they're what's called a wirehouse. Right. And I heard you mention earlier about the hedge funds, which like make $110 million a day. Fucking Morgan Stanley just got in trouble with one of their syndicate desk managers. He only got charged $250,000. Morgan Stanley has to pay $250 million in restitution because of an insider trading scandal on a block trade where they traded almost $500 million. Right. Block trades are when they trade millions, almost damn near billions of dollars at one time. Of certain like when I'm about to say Bernie Madoff, when Warren Buffett sold like $38 billion worth of Berkshire Hathaway. He did that in a block trade. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? But New York City is that haves and have-nots is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Because you got that chart that I was just showing. A lot of those people are, from high to low are in New York City. So
And here in Connecticut.
in Connecticut, okay. Shout out to Billionaires Row. And also even New Jersey, it's like you gotta understand.
So a lot of money in New Jersey is entertainment money, right? The big money motherfuckers either stay in Manhattan or they come to Connecticut.
Okay.
It's less property tax.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's like pretty much it's the tale of two stories.
Yeah, like I remember riding on the train back from the city one day, and I was on the train with this nigga who worked, well, this older white dude who worked for Bloomberg. I wish I still had his card. But Bloomberg does have a hedge fund. Right? And he was like, yeah, no, I work for Bloomberg, but he rides the train every morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning, all the way to New York City. He sleeps for, 2.5 hours on the train. Then he works, he stays in New York City till, 8 o'clock at night, gets on the train, 2 hours back in Connecticut, 10 p.m., gets to his house maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, gets up, does it all over again. But then when he takes time off, it's fucking ridiculous. My fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm patient, man. I had a little nap. So the thing is that basically these people are entrenched with other people. They're friends of friends. They'll it's a couple people that got caught with insider trading, or dealing with some cases with insider trading. One dude, I talked about this the other day. He basically he just gave his pilot and just people that work for him some trade secrets about his company and what they were doing, and that was insider trading. Like, he was just being a nice guy and just telling them, what his company was doing and making, the business moves they was making, and that's considered insider trading. That's another red tape. Like, I don't know if insider trading internationally, if like other countries that if they have that. I don't think so. I'm not sure, but it's a lot of little red tape things and I did a video a long time ago about red tape, how, it's like, for example, you can't day trade unless you have an account that has a value over $25,000.
That's the FINRA rule. Now, just to pause you there, that's absolutely true. But you can trade a cash account, right? Which you don't need to have the $25,000, which is required by FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. So when all these motherfuckers are telling you, I trade options, I trade Forex, and they don't have at least $25,000 in their account, or they're telling you that you can trade it with less than $25,000 in your account, they're lying to you. Now, you can trade a cash account, which is substantially less, but you can't transact for 2 days. So you put the money in there, it got to stay there for 2 days. Then let's say there's a play you want to run, and it's let's just Apple, right? And you run your Apple play. Well, you execute the trade, but it's got to sit there for 2 days. So that 2 days, if it's day trading, that play ain't gonna be the same in 2 days.
Right.
So it's my fault.
Oh yeah, the whole problem is the same problem. You don't have the funds to go right into the next trade because you got to hold
Exactly.
2 days.
So what you were saying, even though motherfuckers will tell you something the opposite of you need the $25,000. Oh no, you don't. You could do it with a cash account. That sounds nice, but like you said, the whole thing is you need to be able to enter and exit these trades in a fast way. So if you got to wait 2 or 3 days for that shit to settle, you might as well not fucking do it because you're not actually doing it. What you're doing is you're jerking off thinking you're fucking the actual porn star. Excuse my language.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like yeah, you gotta, you ain't no future in your front. It's hard, but it's not that difficult. You just got to get that $25,000. There's one dude, he did it, but he had an account overseas. I don't know if he still can do it like that, but it's like basically a lot of these guys, man, they just in a whole different stratosphere. Is this guy that's struggling in the NYC, criminal record, was locked up, you know what I'm saying? He lost his momentum. And basically, let me play this video a little bit more to see what his
I'm gonna
story.
go get my popcorn.
Okay.
I never thought I was a good person. I thought I was just an average person, but she really gets in my head and she lets me know, like, hey, you're a strong guy. You do everything you can to do right, and it's true. She made me she made me find a fire in myself that I didn't know I had until.
You already had that fire.
No, I didn't. I didn't realize that I had that fire until she helped me acknowledge it. And then from there, it just keeps burning stronger and stronger. And then with this one, it's like now it's just like a furnace or something. It's just gonna keep burning. No matter what happens to me, if I have health conditions or mental conditions, I'm always gonna try to be the rock for them. Try to be a sense of stability that they can always rely on. Because this is my family now. So I want to do the best thing to be their protector and their provider. and I'm gonna do everything in my power to do that.
I always believed in him. People used to tell me all the time, he's bad for you. Don't follow him. He's so many things, but I just closed my ears to it because I believed in him. And to this day, I believe in him.
When you write, your tone influences how readers respond. With Grammarly, just highlight your text and type.
Angel Rodriguez
That
also
reminds me, I gotta
believes in
cancel this
John.
damn
The
YouTube
lawyer runs.
subscription.
What's that?
I said that just reminded me I gotta cancel this because I forgot that they keep your shit on auto pay.
Yeah.
When you buy the YouTube Premium, and I forgot all about that shit like 2 years ago. So I've been paying for YouTube Premium for like 2 years, and I ain't gonna brag like I make ass loads of money, but it comes out and I don't even realize it.
Yeah. I don't be pocket watching people like that. Cause I mean, like, yeah, I don't like maybe I don't pocket watch people. Nah, I don't do that. But yeah.
No, I wasn't saying it like you was pocket watching. I was just, for people who might be worried. Oh, this nigga's bragging. He got it's only what I don't know. What is it? $15 a month or some shit?
Well, these guys, man. One of the reasons why they don't want to show anything but an avatar is that they don't really have much to show. They kind of running away from they trying to hide their financial reality. You don't do that. I certainly don't do that. I humiliate my own self through my own basically talking about my own transgressions in life and my own testimonies. Like most people don't really tell you that. They'll never tell you like what they've done in life, like anything negative, they won't tell you, and it's like, you gotta understand when you listening to people like that, they got all this stuff to hide. You don't really get the genuine person. You're getting like a fragmented person is trying to tell you something what to do. And a lot of times these people are kind of giving you life coach advice. They're not telling you who they really are. It's like you gotta be really, really concerning of that. And I know I am, because it's like, damn, I'm trying to get, I'm trying to come up, and then you not coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like okay, like when the reason why I went to join my dojo and have my sensei teach me jujitsu and everything is because I was trying to learn how to fight. Not primarily multiple people, not necessarily one person. I was okay with that, but multiple people, I wanted to learn how to do that, and then I wanted to learn how to, do other stuff. But imagine me going to a dojo, and then the dojo instructor doesn't know how to fight. That's what listening to some funny shit. That's what listening to some of these YouTubers is like.
Facts, man. Even on Facebook, bro, I be having, especially brothers, clowning hard about my suit game, and I'm like, damn. One of my mans told me, he said, you got to understand, most niggas don't understand suit language. And I'm like, I ain't even realized that because of being in New York City. Like, you get inundated with that shit. Like, your surroundings really do matter, right? And like, I'm a Wall Street nigga. Like I worked on Wall Street during Occupy Wall Street, right? My office was 100 Broadway. You come out of my office and take two lefts, and the New York Stock Exchange was right there. I worked on 39 Broadway. That was my stock brokerage firm. You come out, you walk across the street, and the Brass Bull is right there. You see the Asians all the time taking pictures and grabbing the bull by the balls. You know what I'm saying? My other office was 11 Broadway. I worked at a company called National Debt Relief. I was with them when they had their first $50 million month, and the owners, a gentleman by the name of Arsen Libanov, fucking bought us all liquor. I got so fucking drunk that I passed out in the train station, and the fucking EMTs, because of the way I was dressed, they didn't bring me to jail or nothing. They came and they escorted me and they carried me to the hospital. I woke up the next day, puke all on my shirt and everything, but I was wearing a gray shirt with white cuffs and white collar. So they was like, "Oh, he's not just some fucking nigga that is in his profile picture right now, a fucking crackhead Pookie. This is a real money nigga. Let's bring him to that." Like, if I was a crackhead, they'd, or just some drunk, they'd either left me there or fucking took me to jail. Like, I've seen that shit happen. My fault.
Yeah, no. You could rock it out, man. You got the floor. I mean, shoot, because basically your story is different than what other people like. I talk about Wall Street. You were actually working at Wall Street. I mean, how the fuck whatever the fuck gibberish come out my mouth ain't gonna trump what you talking about because you was actually working on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. I know a lot of other cats, they got their head stuck up their ass. They probably don't respect it because, you know, I don't know.
They respect it. It's a jealousy thing. Oh, that nigga think he better than us. He worked on Wall Street. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hierarchy, man, in life, and the thing is that it's a certain level of respect that you kind of should have, and I this is the reason why I say you should have. If you don't respect it, you probably ain't gonna try to achieve higher or even get to that level of whatever you don't respect, because you people a lot of times, and black people do this a lot. It's not just black people. They think white people do it extreme too. They believe, okay, you can, like, you know, develop a spaceship, and it's like, oh, okay, that's all you got. It's
Yeah.
like, nigga, I just created a spaceship, motherfucker. What what have you done anything relatively close to that? You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Like, you know, I mean, it's like it's like I call it no big dealism. And then
Mm.
yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just saying. Mm. But real quick
Yeah,
before you go to no. So
mm,
remember, I said suit language, right?
yeah,
So like this Danny Trejo looking nigga right here.
yeah,
You see how his suit is, right? It's decent. It looks like it fits him, but I would say he's broke. Off of appearances. I don't know that he is, but off of appearances, the reason I would say he's broke is because I don't see any sleeves sticking out from his suit. And one of the things, like if you watch Shark Tank and look at Mr. Wonderful, you will see this nigga has his sleeves sticking out extremely long from his suit. And what that is a signal to wealthy people that you have money. It comes from the olden days when it wasn't easy to wash white cloth. And so if you had money, you'd say, I have so much money that I can afford to have sleeves that are white that stick out of my suit jacket, and I have enough money to have them cleaned. That's kind of what it means to have a Mercedes or a BMW. It's not that they're substantially better cars, but it means, hey, I can actually afford to go take this shit to the dealership and pay $800 for an oil change and almost $2,000 for 4 new tires and $300 for them to look at what's wrong with my sound system. And then I don't know how much more it was for them to fix my sound system. I literally paid that much money for that shit, as opposed to bringing it to Joe the mechanic, right? Um, that's what that's about. It's that you can afford the maintenance. It's not that you have the luxury car. Now that I own one, though, I want to collect E classes. So I'm on the market right now. I want to purchase an '06 E class because my next E class is going to be a 26. So I'm gonna have right now mine is a 16. So then I'm gonna collect a '06 and a 26. Just because I like Benzes like that now. Well, more now, because I have videos years ago comparing life insurance to Mercedes Benz classes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
no, man, you come on, man. You provide, man, a lot of insight, a lot of stories that, or even just life history that a lot of people just don't have. They'll never have. It's just by proximity of where they live. Like some people that live in Bentonville, Arkansas, the closest thing they are is to Walmart. You from Chicago, you probably close to the Merc, Sears Tower. I mean, you being in New York, you got all of the Wall Street right there. You got a lot of different landmarks and stuff like that. I mean, it's unique because I ain't never even been to New York yet. So, and it's a lot of people that probably have never been to New York. You know what I'm saying? So, your insight is definitely valuable. And even the whole suit thing, I didn't even really know that. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm a deep dude, but I ain't even know that about that. It's interesting. It's some interesting things, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I haven't really even started to get down like I really want. I do thrifting, and I saw a wine rack. I started to buy that motherfucker, but I was like, I kind of don't already got a lot of stuff that I'm trying to put away so I can get these rooms done and get them painted. So it was like just having something else, put to just take up space, and just hopefully it's right there, in a few months or so when I get my rooms done, because I want to get that wine rack so I can start collecting some wine bottles.
Facts, but don't diminish your light, bro, because Chicago is, again, you got New York Stock Exchange, California Stock Exchange, and the fucking Chicago Stock Exchange. Chicago is competing with New York. It's not on the scale of New York, nothing is, but Chicago is up there.
Oh, I know. Man, we don't have Billionaires Row, but we got the Gold Coast. Let me show what the Gold Coast looks like, because I talk about this. Well,
Yeah, I ain't never been to Chicago.
you said let's see what he's talking about, because this dude he did say
Yeah, my fault.
no.
It's a non-profit called
I'm gonna see
Avenues for Justice, which works to keep young people out of prison and provides young offenders an alternative to incarceration. Angel is very troubled by the
Okay, he is a
changes
regular
he's
looking.
seen.
It's real easy to be homeless these days because of the economic issue. I mean, look, this neighborhood, there was a time, even for me, where the landlord didn't give me heat. I look around the corner and get a bigger apartment for less money. That was the situation. I mean, there wasn't this hustle and this issue of statistics in terms of, how much apartments are costing. We weren't looking at a lot of that. But today, the issue is out of control, where there is no housing for even people who want them and need them. The apartments that I used to rent were $200. That same apartment today is $4,000. Same apartment.
Damn. Shit. That's crazy. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna stop sharing on that, and then I'm gonna show you guys the Gold Coast, man, of Chicago.
Yeah, I got to get out there to shy now. Now that's another. Yeah, boy, I got to get on that.
Yeah, let me show you these rich white dudes with their young wives or whatever. Let's see here. Let's see a good one that y'all can see here. Yeah, let me just do this. Just to show you, like, it's Chicago ain't all like, I mean, it's not like, like New York, but they do have little spots where, the elites live, whatever. So this is recent. This is 11 days ago. She's elite. That looked like a high value woman right there.
That black chick to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely put some kids on their face.
I don't even like commercials. I had to play that shit. Anyway, this is old right here. I mean, these buildings is, these apartment buildings and stuff is like about 2-3 grand, depending on what they
Yeah, you
got. They
can't
got,
tell me that's not an enclave in New York City.
yeah, it's very New York esque as far as design. Chicago and New York, pretty much mirror each other in a lot of different ways. A lot of the architects that probably worked in New York worked in Chicago. I mean,
Probably.
yeah. I can turn it down because they ain't talking, and then we can just play this in the background.
Oh, bet.
But basically, let me just put this in. Take this off.
And motherfuckers need to get that millionaire savings plan and stop bullshitting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I just kind of I don't keep it all the way professional, and I just be like, just come off on some crazy shit, and then I lose my sales pitch, by being rogue and crazy. But I try to come back, and be even keel, and they still ain't gonna buy the shit. So
You know
I
what?
mean, what's that?
Fuck it. I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm starting to become really like this. Fuck, I can't think of his name. The new CEO of Morgan Stanley. Foul mouth motherfucker. All that nigga do is curse and spit. But he's they just raised his salary to an additional, I think, 17 million a year, right? So I think he's getting 38 million a year. Fucking Dan Pena curses like a motherfucker. You hear all these
Yeah.
people, oh, you curse and spit. That's not professional. No, what that is professional. What is not professional is you are a motherfucker who has to not curse and spit because I told you you can't do that while you're working for me. That's what that is. So many
Yeah,
people get that shit stuck in their head.
yeah. I'll
Oh,
get
that's a
back.
nice little Porsche right there.
Yeah, that's I forgot what they call it, but
A shooting brake.
yeah, I just pretty much I get right back into cussing. I don't really bother it. I mean, the thing is this. I don't know what people do, why people do what they do. All I know is that it works for me, and it works for a lot of people that did buy the book. I'm pretty sure, and I've had people give me personal testimonies of how it worked for them. People really, to be honest, they market the typical market of a book like this would be someone that is hopping out of a Mercedes AMG wagon, Lamborghini, Ferrari with a mansion. That's how you sell a book like this, and I ain't sell it that way. So it's very non-conventional. I'm not really a good salesman. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not, because I don't really care that much to have to sell you, because I just ain't into it like that. I'm just not that dude, man. Like, that's why I really don't do a lot of high pressure sales, because I'm just the type of motherfucker like, man, if you don't believe me, why the fuck are you talking to me? Because if my book ain't, if you don't want to buy my book or whatever, or you don't believe my book, then why the fuck are you listening to me? Why are you talking to me? Because obviously you think I ain't shit. You think my book ain't shit. I mean, what is your motives? And then when you ask that question, or if you get down to the nitty gritty of it, you get down to the weeds and all that. It's like you know what I'm saying? It gets weird.
Yeah,
It
I'm gonna
starts.
start doing that. You
It
just gave
start.
me an excellent fucking sales pitch. You don't believe me? No, then why the fuck are you talking to
It
me?
starts getting weird.
You're an excellent
Yeah,
salesman,
yeah. It's
bro.
like it starts getting weird. I know I am. I'm pretty good. I just know that it's a lot of people that are financially struggling. And that ain't gonna change. That I mean, I want it to change, but it's probably most likely ain't gonna change. It seems like it's getting worse.
To
And
be honest, you don't want it to change. I don't want it to change because I'm starting to do better and better slowly. It's not like I'm skyrocketing, but every year I'm doing a little bit better, right? And like a couple years ago, my brother got married in Miami, and he's doing decent too. Like he lives in Coral Gables, right, which is a wealthy area of Miami, right? And now he's not in Key Biscayne yet, which is the like that's like the Manhattan of Miami, right? Everybody thinks it's South Beach. South Beach is the fucking hood, to be honest, right? It's
Mhm,
just nice because you got half naked bitches in the beach, but it's the fucking hood, right? But most motherfuckers will never know about Key Biscayne or Coral Gables, right? Because they not invited, right? So fucking, that you gonna get some real stand your ground out there because they gonna be like, well, what you doing around here? Who the fuck
mhm,
do you know? What are you doing in my hood? This is actually my hood. I own a mortgage property or a property free and clear and a fucking business. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So he was saying to me, we were drinking, sitting on his porch, me, him, and our brother-in-law. And he was like, yo, man, um, at the time I had just moved here to Connecticut and I was living in a house that my uncle's best friend had owned. And we had a super discount on the rent, which was substantially, it was less than what we were paying in New York. In New York, we was in a basement studio apartment. And when we moved out here to Connecticut, we were in a fucking 3-bedroom house with a basement and we were paying substantially less. And my brother was like, not for nothing, I know what y'all are paying for rent. And I know that your wife alone makes more than me and my wife combined. So y'all should be living off the high horse. And I had to realize, again, niggas pocket watching, you don't know what somebody's expenses are. Niggas got
mhm,
shit like student loans. Niggas got shit like a 401k. Guess what? If I make $100,000 a year and I'm putting $22,500 a year into my fucking 401k, that means I bring home $78,000 a year before taxes, let alone paying for health insurance, HSA, fucking. We got the family plan for health insurance. That shit's hella expensive. You know what I'm saying? Student loans ain't cheap. My wife alone pays more than $600 a month on her Macy's bill. Right? I know some niggas whose Macy's bill is $600. Shit. My mother-in-law, she went to Macy's one day when I used to work at Macy's in Herald Square, and she paid her Macy's bill. She put $3,000 down. That was a payment. That wasn't the full payment. That was the minimum payment. This
mhm,
one bitch was like, damn, that's my whole Macy's bill. I was like, no, that's the minimum payment,
mhm.
right? We shop at Macy's, Bloomies, fucking Lord and Taylor, Nordstrom. Like my brother is excited. Hopefully he gets it, a job in Nordstrom. But I also go to this place called Bergdorf Goodman. Have you ever heard of that store? Y'all probably got something like that.
You told me about it.
Yeah. Like I said, fucking wristlet is, you could Google them. You can actually shop online from them now. But like it's a whole nother world. I'm sorry, I
Mhm.
just derailed everything. My fault.
No, you didn't. No, I mean you talking about their world. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I mean this is
But
what
yeah,
Yeah, this is the goal. Like, let me rewind that because this dude, he got his dog got a his dog has a freaking full like winter coat on.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's that's tripped out, man. He got a his dog got a winter coat. You know what I'm saying? Like that was tripped out. But I mean, it's not that I'm like, like this would be considered, people be like, man, they looking up to white people and their money and blah blah. I mean, the thing is this, right? This is what I'll say. The US is trying to kind of like go towards more classism. Like kind of how the UK is, but it's still remnants of that. Like, so one, that's a pug. Pugs, how much are pugs?
pugs are like 3 to 5 grand. Shit, I seen some dogs go as much as 30 grand.
It says 600 to 2,500.
So pug, not a bulldog. Okay.
It says some as high as 3 grand. The French bulldogs. Let's see, French bulldogs. I think those are the ones that are really say 1,500 to 3 grand. That's some was 5 grand. I see some that's 5 grand. So yeah, that's the price of shit. You sell 2 of those, man. You got you a fixer upper in Gary. Or in Inglewood in Chicago, like, got
Bro,
a whole house.
I ain't gonna hold you. I sleep. The mattress I sleep on is $15,000. So, like, before I went and bought my Benz, I used to shit on niggas and be like, nigga, I sleep in how much you in your used car, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's levels to this shit. And I'm not bragging on shit, but when you get to those levels, especially as a black guy, you kind of want to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Boss up on niggas, right? Like the mattress I sleep on is called.
I'm boss.
Yeah, you bossed up, nigga. You own a home. I don't.
I shouldn't laugh, but it ain't that difficult, man. People make it seem like it's fucking Japanese math. Well, it's difficult outside of the northeastern seaboard. If you go outside of the northeastern seaboard and you go towards the Rust Belt, it gets easier, but it's more complicated because you where you at, and then the house is where it's at. That's where you.
Bro, we got approved for $1 million for a house in 2017 in New York, and we couldn't find anything that was in that price range. Everything was I had one house, they wanted $1.25 million for it. I talked them down to $950,000. And the only reason we didn't close on it because of the conditions the seller had. Right. I found another house in East New York. They wanted $880,000. I talked them down to $810,000. But then I did the math and I couldn't afford $60,000 a year for the mortgage. It's $5,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
you know what I'm saying?
I stopped. One of the reasons why I stopped doing Kaizen talks or self-improvement talks.
I remember those.
I self-improve so much that if I do it now, it'll just be me bragging. With like, I just at this point I'll be bragging, and it's like I don't even want to do it no more because I self-improve so much that now it'll just be me just bragging.
Fuck it, brag, nigga.
I mean, I just, I ain't even trying to do that. So and then I don't want people to know how much I self-improve. Well, today I bought this.
Today I bought this Lambo. Like I know
No,
next week because I got a commission check coming in. I know I'm about to go buy me another gun.
yeah, it's like I'm not.
And guns aren't cheap out here.
I'm not about to. I'm not about to fucking give no more updates, man. Like the fuck, I don't want no niggas coming robbing me. Already got some bum ass nigga that took my Crown Royal bag and my center console, and then I had about $40 in there too, plus the change. So they got me for about probably like $50 just in my center console because I ain't locked my doors like an idiot. So shit. But then
Well, you should keep that kind of money in your car at all times. That's what
yeah,
we call car cash.
yeah, and it's like I just, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker got me because it's real bad right now for a lot of people, and a lot of these motherfuckers that are, you know, I think they're the you can't tell me nothing motherfuckers, and I ain't listening to you older motherfuckers. And they get caught up out here. They scamming, they hitting licks. And it's like sitting down and listening to somebody on a live stream or, you know, watching a video is beneath them. You know
They
what I'm
gonna fuck
saying?
around with a nigga like you or me and get the shit beat out of them and get shot.
No comment. I plead the fifth. But you know, the thing is that it's not even just black folks. It's like I'm seeing a lot of people getting torn out the frame, and it's all across the color spectrum.
Well, that goes to what you were saying about the class. That's why we're going towards more classism, because the WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, or the what am I boy the other day call them wingnats, white nationalists, are getting the shit beat out of them financially by Asians, mainly Indians, not even the Chinese or the stereotypical what you think of when you think of Asians, but Indo-Asians.
Yeah, cause see, to even just to work a job, man. Some people really do take it serious, and they're like career men and career women. I'm not gonna hold you and say that that's what I do. I'll be a damn lie if I told you that. But the thing is that I do take it serious enough that I show my black ass to work, right? So the level of consistency to even work a job is a certain level of a high level of consistency. Like, it takes a lot out of you, and it's a lot to commit to. And it's like the thing is that even that'll help you out if you keep doing it to a point where you can at least get, definitely in the Midwest, you could probably, if you got a job that, let's just say, it just pays a dub or $25, and if you don't have any kids, it's better. You can get you a house. You can get you a little small single family, three bed, 2 bath joint with, a garage. You can pay for that. You'll probably be struggling a little bit. You probably want to be at like 35 or higher as far as income, but you could do other shit on the side, and that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They too good to do side hustles or side jobs. Like, I bet you some of these people walking these dogs, they getting paid to do that.
Oh yeah.
Dog walking is actually a lucrative business, believe it or not.
Shit, I got a homeboy who out here in Connecticut, because I told you I live by Yale University. And again, it's crazy. I went from one asininely expensive place to another. Well, I started here in Connecticut, but I started as a have-not, bro. I grew up in the fucking hood. And one of the big things that we used to love to do was to come downtown where Yale is. And then in 95, my mother finally got a job where she was cracking over 100,000 a year. And so we moved over here into these luxury apartments. Lo and behold, did I know, like 30 years, 20 some odd years later, I'd be living in these same apartments near Yale. But I got a homeboy who is a CFA who works for a hedge fund. And what he does is he takes his Lexus and he comes up here and he drives Uber. And niggas be like, how you work at a hedge fund and you drive an Uber? Because he does that because what the fuck do you think is ordering Uber by Yale University? Yale students. So if you know a motherfucker's parents got money to send them to Yale, it's probably good to sit them in the car and talk to them and be like, hey, I do this on the side. Here's my card. Let me talk to your mommy and daddy. You know what I'm saying? Or fuck it, let me talk to you. You're going to be a future president of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Keep
My fault. I didn't mean
tabs.
to cut you off.
Yeah. People don't.
But
No.
that shit.
I mean, that's what I was thinking too. Like people should keep tabs with people. That because it's like 9 times out of 10, if the dude don't drop out or whatever, even if he drop out, it's a good strong chance that this person is going to be a man of industry or a woman of industry, and you probably want to be in his good favor, you know what I'm saying, or her good favor, because it does happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. People talk about, and then even guys even say, like Ron will say, yeah, you should be friends with that lawyer or that woman that's a doctor, or it's certain women, it might not be that bad to be in the friend zone with. It just, it's certain women, lawyers, real estate brokers, probably even I would say accountants, IT professionals, like primarily a programmer. It's not nothing against being in the friend zone with, and it might sound like some beta male shit to say that it's okay to be in a friend zone with a chick like that. It is okay, because see, here's the thing that people don't understand.
It ain't beta. I'm gonna let you finish though.
No, it ain't beta, because women get you other women. First off,
number one,
those women have other friends that do the same work that she does, and if not, look better than she does or whatever. And you in the orbit of her means you in the fucking circle of her friends. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, she gonna invite you to a party. She might, you know what I'm saying? She real cool with you like that. And she gonna feel jealous when you tap one of her friends. You know what I'm saying?
But not even that. My problem is this. Here's why a lot of them niggas who are always worried about being put in the friend zone are fucking beta ass bitch ass niggas. I'm gonna start talking like Lucario to these niggas and Steve the Dean Williams. Do you know, as a man, you could put a bitch in the friend zone? But see, too many niggas is concerned because they get put in the friend zone. Mm-hmm. You know how many bitches I've put into the friend zone?
Mm-hmm.
Bad bitches. Nah, bitch, we just friends. I am on some real life shit, my nigga. Back when we was living in that apartment with my wife and her aunt's house, I had a homegirl who was straight in the friend zone. And me and her would be talking on the phone every fucking day. I'm in a studio apartment, so it's not like my wife couldn't hear me. We'd be having all kinds of fucking inappropriate conversations. One day, finally, my wife got up and was like, "You talking about porn with another chick?" Yes. And continued my conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But see, niggas think, oh, you got a fat wife. Yes, nigga, but I could fuck your bitch and her mama if I wanted to.
I mean, that. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The thing is that, like, that all that type of shit don't mean nothing. Like, when it comes down to it, it's like you got some women that is quote unquote.
Damn, them houses nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, these are all multi-million-dollar homes, These are what some of these are like $10 million that you're looking at. These
Okay, yeah,
buildings,
I can believe that.
are like $50 million. Okay. The thing is that those chicks you most likely won't be able to get no building nowhere near close. That's one, because you on a certain level you either already have the money and you get a quote unquote chick or whatever. But if you're trying to move up, you need fucking Wheezy. Okay, basically what I'm saying, to just put it in the perspective of um you know the Jeffersons. Like
Hmm.
Wheezy can help you get there, but fucking Monique, that's fucking, used to be a model for uh K Slade's magazine back in the 90s, can't
Booty man, whatever. Yeah.
can't do that. She can't even fucking sit still for 5 seconds without arguing, and she's taking on more dicks than Fruit of
It's
the
funny as
Loom.
shit that you say that, and this fucking commercial popped up.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
was gobbling
That's what
niggas.
that was what I was gonna say too. Shit, it just popped up. It's like, oh, okay, yeah,
This what these niggas
So
talk about. Google be listening.
yeah, it's like she done took more dicks than, goddamn it, Dick Sporting Goods. And it's like, yeah, I mean, and then as soon as you turn your back, she taking another dick. So it's like, yeah, I mean, this is what you would have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to deal with all of that type of shit, and it's unproductive for you to be productive. And it's even,
Hmm.
and if you got kids with a chick like that, your kids are gonna be dealing with the same unproductivity. They're gonna have most likely problems in school because they can't fucking focus because they gotta listen to mama arguing every fucking 5 seconds, getting uptight every 5 seconds, for whatever reason. I think a lot of people do have parasites. I think even people have parasites in their brain. That's why they act the way they do. They can't sit still and they always uptight and they arguing every 5 seconds. I bet you if I fucking got with some, like, a lot of these women that like to argue and shit, I bet, like, homie, hold on. I gotta go back on that. I gotta go
The
back.
nigga at
Homie
the door.
opening up yeah, he probably own one of them buildings or he the building manager. One, but the thing is that, yeah, a lot of these chicks, man, they unhealthy and they probably just like not healthy. They got some type of like some problems, man, going on, parasites, all kind of stuff. But needs to say, man, I mean, if you got a woman, man, it's easy going and stuff like that, man, that's more about, man. To be honest, man, okay, if I had to pick between a chick that was like the best looking chick, all that phlegm, all that, and she argued with me and she was disrespectful, I don't give a fuck about it. As old as I am, knowing what I went through and all of that, I'm not about to deal with that. I drop bitches like that all the time. That look good, don't look good, I drop them. As soon as they think they can just disrespect me and shit like that, I let them bitches go. I swear
Yo,
to God, I just let them go.
I had a super bad bitch, son. When I was this is like early 2000s. Super bad, light skin, fat ass, big tits, shorter than me, all that, brown hair, da 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 da. But when I went and I smashed, then the next time she was like, "You want to come over and do it again? Hold up, cause we come. I'm gonna stop, cause we coming up on the door." Well, when the next time I came over she was like, "Oh, you want to come over and smash again?" I was like, "What you cooking for me?" She said, "Ramen noodles." I hung up.
Exactly. Now this building is probably like, worth like like something like 25-50 million dollars,
Yeah.
100 million, something like that. Cause it's, yeah, it's, and I don't know who that is, probably the building owner, but it's like, this is where the billionaires live in Chicago, the Gold Coast. But the thing is to me, man, I like a woman that is very accommodating, courteous, don't like to argue, fuss, and fight. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, okay, so I'm getting ready to go over. Getting ready to go out the country, man, like next week, and it's like, man, um, it's certain places, man. The women are thirsty, and it's crazy to me. It's like I know women that really value men, and then a lot of women they don't value men, and it's like crazy. Like a lot of times, the women have to be taught how to value men. Really, to be honest, you know what these femininity channels are? All of this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really women teaching women to value themselves and also value men. The good ones. That's what the
Facts.
Rebecca Lynn Pope. That's literally
Facts.
what Rebecca Lynn Pope, like, her fine ass. Um,
And ain't she 50 something?
yeah.
She's still fine, but I'm just saying.
That's what she's trying to teach, get to these broads, man. She's trying to tell them this is your value, this is what you should really be trying to do. And the men also are valuable that you're trying to get, and they're not about to tolerate all of that shit, and they're not about to give you an ounce of leeway on you disrespecting them and this, that, and the third. Like, they don't have time for that,
Facts.
and it's like that's what the best ones are trying to get through to these chicks about. And they have, I mean, just think about it. Men know the value of women. They risk a lot of value dealing with women because they get them pregnant, they get hooked up, in the court system, they get married, they get hooked up, split half, between their states and stuff like that. If they don't get a prenup and all that, it's like the men take most of the risk. So we know we overvalue women. Actually, most men that I see, they overvalue women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like okay, women, they have a problem with understanding men's value because they got it so easy. They have this
It's not
so
just that. So here's one of the major issues. Think about every neck snapping, popping, I'ma cook you ramen noodles bad bitch that you think of. What's her socioeconomic status?
they tend to be lower.
Right? Most of the women who have a comfortable demeanor have a higher socioeconomic status.
Yeah,
And they came from a higher socioeconomic status.
yeah,
Right? Because there's a certain level of decorum you're gonna carry yourself with. I can't bring Sexy Red to the mayor's ball.
right. Yeah,
But I could bring Rebecca Lynn Pope to the mayor's ball.
right. Yeah, they'll be all eyes will be on her. Yep. And
Even
it's not
Sexy
even
Red is
it's not
bad as fuck, or Sexy Red not bad, but Keisha is bad. She got the boom, pang, pow, and if she
mhm,
were to wear that same dress that Rebecca Lynn Pope will wear, and I'm just using her as an example, Rebecca Lynn Pope will boom, bang, pow too, and more eyes will be on Keisha than Rebecca Lynn Pope. But when Keisha come in there, She gonna be, oh, y'all got oysters? She ain't gonna know how to use a dinner fork or a salad fork, right?
And then when she
But
opened her mouth, she got nothing to add to the conversation.
exactly.
These are industry titans, industry heads or managers. They ain't got nothing. She ain't got nothing to talk about. She's like, what would be the conversation that she have coming out your mouth? Ooh, this food is good. Where y'all get it? That's what she. Ooh, this food is so good. Where did y'all get this food? Like that's all that they got to talk about. Because
Man.
you going into class systems, that's that's why you really should stick with the closest to your class or even where you even want to be, because basically that's generally what chicks that, and that's why they do what they do and deal with who they deal with, because even they know where they are. They know that where they are in things, because they really, what I'm saying, they know where they kind of stand in life, and they stick there.
But a lot of dudes don't realize that, and they want to try and get to and so Keisha and all, like a lot of Shiva Seven and fucking Sinji ain't never gonna get taken to the policeman's, but so that she might get taken to the policeman's ball, but she's not gonna get taken to the mayor's ball. And
No.
she speaks possibly the language, but she's stupid as fuck as well, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, you know. So but what the problem is, a lot of these guys want to be able to take fucking Keisha to the policeman's ball, or to be able to be like, here, girl, I need you to be the arm candy so that we can go to the mayor's ball. Just because you got arm candy, like Richard Gere and Pretty Woman, paid the bitch whatever for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I need you to escort me to this policeman's ball, or this mayor's ball, so that I look good with a piece of arm candy on my arm.
Right.
But you have to know to either eat the food and shut the fuck up, or you
Yeah.
need to be able to be like, well, my views are, you need to know what the fuck the word myopic means,
Yeah.
or at least just how to use it in a sentence. Keisha
Yeah.
ain't gonna be able to do that. So you, sir, ain't gonna get nowhere. So she gonna keep clowning you for not being able to make $100,000, because she knows your dumb ass is gonna go after her and think that she ain't got the. I don't need to have the money, but I need this bad bitch. Oh well, this dumb nigga gonna come for me. I'm gonna take him for his whole $40,000, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
move up and be fucking, what's that bitch that follow Grant Cardone, Stormy Daniels, or is that the porn star? Stormy Wellington? I don't know what the bitch name is.
Stormy Wellington.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? That bitch don't belong there, but they letting that ghetto bitch in because she scammed enough niggas out of money. So Grant Cardone is like, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and give this to the dumb niggas. They'll eat it up.
Yeah.
She got fucking
Yeah.
Fendi print and Gucci print. You don't see
Yeah.
not one motherfucker that you saw on that Gold Coast wearing Gucci across their chest. But I promise you, that building owner that walked into that whole outfit was Brooks Brothers or fucking Gucci.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we just didn't see Gucci all over this shit.
Yeah. That's a
So
luxury
we think he's
apartment
just
building.
wearing regular clothes. Right
That's
there
a
on the
luxury.
right.
Yeah, that's a
That looks
luxury
like newer
apartment.
construction.
Probably been renovated. That's an older apartment building. Both of those
Okay.
are. Yeah, those are like 1980-ish, 1970-ish.
Oh, that's newer
But they
construction
probably
for a city like
renovated the fuck
Chicago.
out of it. Yeah, they renovated the fuck out of it inside, most likely.
Yeah, but even
They
just being built in the 1970s, that's new for a city like Chicago. That's an old city, so that's
yeah,
newer construction. I'm
yeah,
talking shit that was built in 1875. Y'all still got buildings like that.
yeah, Yeah, these buildings here, these are like, 5 to
Nice
15
little row
million dollars.
houses.
Yeah,
Damn.
and they're not even for sale. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. But that's
Look
what I'm
at the
saying.
old.
Like I said, me and my wife
Look
got
at
approved for $1 million and we couldn't find shit because we was looking for shit like this in New York. And the problem is, in New York, we was in the hood, bro. We was looking in East New York, Brownsville. Go to Google right quick, I'm gonna give you an address.
okay.
I want you to pull it up on screen. I don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna show you the building we lived in, or the
Okay.
house that I'm telling you about. It's 7 Monaco Place, Brooklyn, New York, 11233. You can pull it up on the screen.
Okay.
I ain't doxing now. The house done sold, so my aunt don't live there no more. So it's all
You
good.
you showed this house before. But I'll show it again. Hold on. I know the story of your aunt's house. You
Oh
said
damn. Well, that's how
damn.
you know this shit's true, because I be saying shit over and over again. That's the hood, bro.
Yeah,
This is the hood. That house sold for $900,000,
damn. That's wild.
bro. That is the fucking hood.
Mm. Somebody got a custom BMW with a look like a bikes rack
Bike
or
rack, yeah.
mm.
And this house with these garages, I know
But
the nigga who owned
the
that.
wheel man,
I used to hang with that nigga. We used to, ain't gonna hold you. We used to sniff together.
hmm,
I used to
mm,
go right up in his house.
mm,
He used to call me up. Niggas used to call me Snoop in the hood over there. Yo,
mm,
Snoop, you know what I'm saying? I got some yak. Oh, word? Yeah, come through. Da 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 da. I got some yak and some bitches. Oh, word? Yeah, come through. I
mm,
need your help. All right, let me just talk to my wife a little bit. Da 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 da. Come
mm,
outside, go right next door.
mm.
Cause you get into that shit when you get it. You unfortunately you have no choice when you get to the money niggas. When you get to the money, you have to deal with white powder. Not white power, but white powder.
He said not white power, but white powder.
You have to.
I don't fuck with no. I ain't never sniffed no raw. I got lace probably when I smoked some weed, but I ain't never sniffed no raw.
Nah,
Never smoked no rocks either.
nah, I ain't never done that. But I'm gonna
Like,
tell you this: the
mm,
best of the best I've ever had isn't been in New York City. Everything else, fucking garbage.
mm, yeah,
So I'm gonna tell you, don't ever fuck with it because one is never enough, and a million or one is too much, and a million is never enough.
yeah. Now, sex god, I think is very, very much like I would like for somebody to kind of like see how that works. Like see if
Hmm.
it's like I would want somebody that's an ex cokehead to try out sex god to see what it effects it does on the body versus coke, because I know sex god will keep you energetic, and it might take like a couple days to get in your system to like
System.
work, but to get like a regimen. But I know I used to take that, man. I used to work like 2 jobs. That's how I used to do the 2 job thing. I was taking my energy supplements. You know,
Mm.
them joints will keep you going, man. You know, you'll be on adrenaline mode, but it'll keep you going on that for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Till you get home
Hmm.
and crash out. Man, you might even get home. There's been times I got home and I'm still up, like I don't know. I mean, I can send you some, man. I can send you a sample, send you some, man,
I'll be your ex cokehead. Now, Lisa.
I mean, I would like to just do a comparison to kind of see, because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like I know I'm sitting on some of the some good ideas and that's worth a lot of money. I just haven't got with the right people yet, and I ain't
No, I'll
sold
tell you.
stuff yet.
Well, let me tell you this too, because see, people who have never dabbled don't understand the way that that shit works. It's a very expensive drug, and the reason that it's so much more expensive is because the shit only lasts for like 30 minutes.
Mm,
So you just gotta keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. Shit's $100 a gram,
damn. Yeah.
right? So niggas in one night is spending fucking $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And they be doing this shit every fucking day, especially if you're a stockbroker.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And you got
yeah.
an 8-hour shift. Think about it. If you got an 8-hour shift and you got something that only lasts 30 minutes out of the day and you got to have high
Mm,
energy all day, do you know how much money you're spending? Because you got to
yeah.
be, whoa,
I
listen,
mean,
blah,
cocaine
blah, blah,
is the
blah, blah.
no, the cocaine is the number 2 drug in America. I mean, it's behind weed,
Call, I thought you was going to say
and
coffee.
no, if they legalize marijuana, it'll be the number 1 drug that's used because the only reason why they got marijuana classified as a drug is because it's basically it's kind of
It was going to kill the
a
lumber
lot of
industry.
it's a lot of moving parts with that, but it's not necessarily I don't think it should be classified as a narcotic. So you see how the commercials change because we went to watching the Gold Coast and all that. Now they think I got a fucking platinum Amex card.
Yeah, man. So,
But I
yeah.
do
Yeah. No, go
I
ahead.
do
I
have
was
an Amex.
disagreeing with you. Oh, shit,
I
nigga, you
do
got
have
money.
an Nah, I got a secure joint. I'm
Nah, nigga,
rebuilding
you
my
got an Amex, nigga. You got money. Stop fucking playing.
No, I got believe it or not, they got secure Amex cards, man. I mean, I was kind of thinking about I'm like, man, you could front like you got it, but you don't even got it. Like you pull out an Amex card, motherfuckers don't know that shit secured. They
Right.
have no fucking clue. You just see Amex.
I didn't know you could get a secured Amex.
Right. Exactly. Well, I ain't no financial guru for nothing, man. I know some shit, But real talk, all these buildings, all of these are expensive buildings, man. And you talk
Word.
about these super complexes, these are billion plus. These super high rises, these are billion
Yeah,
dollars, 800 million, 700 million dollar buildings, man.
that's ridiculous.
So,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, but the money them shits is bringing in.
Mhm.
Because you figure,
To get one apartment in that building to the left, it'll be a million plus. And if you're
oh, these
talking
new
about
niggas are buying apartments.
and if you're talking about a fucking penthouse suite or something, you're talking about like probably 2 or 3 or 4 or $5 million.
Yeah.
Somewhere in
Shit,
there.
you probably talking
Like,
10 million.
yeah, because if you get the whole fucking the whole apartments like the whole side like they got it where you got a whole apartment like you don't have no neighbor, you got the whole level, that's like 10 million, yeah, like 10 million, $15 million. You got a pool, you got a jacuzzi up there. You got everything, and they living like that in here. Like all of this shit is deception, like a motherfucker. You don't know what the fuck. Like they have fucking basically penthouse suites where they have man, I might have to sub this guy, man. I ain't even think this was no brother. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, oh shit. He walked through there with no problems. And then he did see the Chicago police. The motherfuckers wasn't called on his ass. There's this Negro walking in our neighborhood with a camera.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like basically he was in Paris and shit. Yeah, this is a cool dude, man. But yeah, like basically yeah, that's the Gold Coast, man. Um, the thing is that basically man, that kind of tripped me out. I didn't expect that. I could have swore that was a white dude. or a white chick, man. But yeah, shoot, them damn penthouse suites, man. They got everything that you see in the Manhattan suite.
Yeah.
They got the whole man luxury live. Well, I can look at it. I ain't fuck talking about the shit. I mean, I can show you, but I mean, like, I can show you what I'm talking about. Like, they got them for sale. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Nigga said, fuck talking about the show.
Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Cause they have them they literally
I mean, you ain't got to show me because I know you ain't bullshitting, but I want to see it.
yeah, seeing it is better than so like this is what I'm talking about. Like this is just one apartment. It's a condo and it's $17 million. Like New York is already is here in Chicago. I mean,
You gotta share the screen. All right.
yeah, this is already, what I'm saying, here. This is what I was when I was describing what I was talking about, this is what I
Oh,
mean.
is that the waterfront property? So I had a buddy who was a real estate broker in Illinois, and this was back in 2017. And he was like, "Yo, there are 23 miles of waterfront property waiting to be snatched the fuck up. I need you to come out here and sell this real estate, brother." And I was like, "The problem is, I don't really give a fuck about real estate. Like, real estate to me is not enough money because of all the work you have to put in." Right? And I know a lot of niggas who would rather get into real estate than financial services, or they want to get into, oh, I want to do stocks. Nigga, you can't do stocks. You can't trade for it. You can't trade options because you ain't got $25,000 yet. But sell insurance, you can make that off of one deal. Niggas be like, I could make that off of one deal in real estate too. You know how much work you got to do to make 25 grand? First of all, you got to hope that the seller is willing to pay the full 6%. Then, even if they are willing to pay the full 6%, if you're the buyer's agent, you got to hope that they willing to pay you 3%. And then, if after that, you got to hope that your brokerage doesn't take at least a 50% split. So you come off with 1.5%, right?
I think you were talking about South Shore. That's totally different. Now this is like the opposite.
No, that's why I was asking. I have no fucking clue. I ain't gonna act like I knew.
So the North Shore. Okay, South Shore is literally the hood. The North Shore is like basically Gold Coast. I mean, it's like Manhattan Billionaires Row. Like,
damn, look at that kid. That's probably a Viking range.
Yeah, this is $1 million kitchen. The kitchen alone.
That kitchen, nice. See, I can't show my wife that kitchen because then she gonna put her foot in my ass and be like, "Nigga, you gotta go make some commissions because you need to buy me a house and put this kitchen." Actually, see, that's the problem. She wouldn't even say none of that shit. I'm looking at it like I want to buy that shit for my wife because I know how she likes a nice kitchen, and I like I love to go like shopping for shit. I like to spend money.
Yeah.
So you gotta have money to spend it. So I like to make money because I like to fucking spend money. Like fucking when the Soda Stream first came out, I bought it in all the flavors that came with it because it
Yeah.
was a new gadget,
Yeah.
right? I don't know how many different Keurig machines I done had. Every time they come out with a new one, it's like a fucking cell phone. I like kitchen gadgets because that's where I started my sales career, was at Macy's in the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like it. Like I want to buy my wife fucking
Mm-hmm.
all clad cookware because that shit is like $1,000 for one pot,
Yeah.
right? And it's made in the USA. But that kitchen is fucking bad, son.
Yeah, that's why I ain't even move. I just left it right here. Like you see the view, you see the kitchen, the stove, the custom stove. Like, I mean, that's like that ain't even for you to cook. That's for a
That's
chef
for
to
your
cook.
chef, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like this actual apartment takes up an entire floor. Okay, this is like what I'm talking about when I was describing it.
Yeah,
But
penthouse type stuff. But that ain't even on the top floor.
they ain't even on the top floor. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, okay, this is 17 million. Okay, imagine what the actual penthouse will go for.
Probably like 25.
Exactly.
But that's probably so this is where niggas who play for the not the White Sox, what's the northern team? The Bears, right? I mean
Oh,
not the Bears, the Cubs.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is probably where, well, probably the Sox too, because you know they ain't gonna live in the South Shore. They got that money, but this is probably where a lot of the Cubs and White Sox players play, or the Blackhawks players play, or the Bulls players live.
Well, they would have to actually like in order to afford this, they would have to basically be like the star of the team. Like the average person that plays on the Cubs couldn't afford this shit. I mean, they would have to be like, an all-star to afford this.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, it got so cold up in here, man. I had to whip out a
the
heater.
space heater.
Yeah.
See, that's another reason, ironically enough, that I used the All Star advisor. One, because I was trying to do nepotism with my cousin because he has barbershops out here called All Star Lineup. So I was like, yo, let me advertise out your shop. Let me be in there. But don't try and teach me how to sell, nigga. You don't sell. You cut fucking hair. Shut the fuck up and cut hair. But the nigga's too egotistical.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. But I used to go to the NBA draft to try and not recruit players, but to write insurance and investments on players. I
Mhm.
never landed a baller. Then I sound like a bitch. Fucking
Yeah.
I never landed anybody who had like anybody that we know in the NBA. You
Mhm.
know, it's niggas who ended up going overseas or fucking, back working at McDonald's or back in the trap or whatever,
Mhm.
right? But like I've fucked with niggas with money.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this apartment nigga, damn.
Yeah.
Now I
Right.
gotta go get me some athletes. Shit, I know one nigga who had A-Rod as his customer.
Uh-huh.
A nigga who worked at New York Life by the name of Gabe Gould. When I first got into the insurance industry, he was like, yeah, you can get money like A-Rod, or you can be like me and have A-Rod as a client and a couple other people and have more than that $250 million he got. And I
Mhm.
was like, what? He was like, yeah. This was at the Gray Bar building on 42nd Street.
Mhm.
So, this shit, the money is there. But again, you can't get fucking Keisha and think you're gonna get let into a room with a nigga named Gabe Gould who has A-Rod as a client.
Mhm.
Cause Keisha ain't gonna be able to, he ain't gonna want Keisha near his wife. Because
Exactly.
he's gonna be like, this bitch, I don't know, she might have lice and have the lice fall onto my wife. Or
Mhm.
make this bitch actually want to twerk and do
Exactly.
some dumb shit.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yep. I mean, they will not. They will laugh at you for trying to even do it. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of barriers, man. A lot of barriers to entry. You know,
Hmm.
they you know, even I have to admit, I've been in rooms like that, like in a work setting, but like in my own private setting. I ain't gonna say that I even been in no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been in no. I haven't been invited to any um balls or anything like that, and not that I would even go because I don't really have it. I don't really have the energy and time to
That's
go.
just the closet.
Yeah, that's one of the closets.
Mm.
That's still
Oh,
the
that's a
kitchen.
beautiful bathroom.
Is that the bathroom? That's a kitchen, ain't it? I don't know. Like that's a extra.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a
no, that's a
the
kitchen.
kitchen.
No, that's a kitchen.
What? I mean, oh, that's a
Oh yeah,
different
that's the kitchen
kitchen.
from the other angle.
That's another kitchen, right?
Mm.
It's two kitchens. I said seven kitchens. Damn, they got seven kitchens. Wait, do they
Damn.
got seven kitchens,
7
five
pictures of the kitchen.
bathrooms?
That's
This shit.
7 pictures of the kitchen.
Yeah, they got. Oh, they got seven pictures of the kitchen. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, shit. Damn, that's wild, man.
Oh, unless they saying this is what is inside of the building is that many kitchens and then that many bedrooms. But why would you have 2 extra kitchens if it's an apartment building? Like that would make no fucking sense. So that's 7 pictures of the kitchen.
It's got 8.5 bathrooms, seven bedrooms.
Yeah.
Property details. Okay, kitchen. It's just got one. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
that master is nice.
yeah. This is okay. So, that's the Is this the meeting area for? Oh, that's the lobby of the
Yeah.
building. That's the lobby of the building. Okay, and then that's the like front room or whatever.
Yeah. Sunroom.
Sunroom. Okay, that's still the lobby, ain't it? Yeah, that's still the lobby. It looks like that's just man. This
Yo,
shit.
this is a smaller apartment.
No, this is the apartment. This shit is mind blowing, man.
Mm.
This shit is
But that's
crazy.
a small ass apartment compared to the other one.
So this is the you inside the apartment at this point. See,
Yeah.
I ain't against apartments. I'm just like, well, this is a condo. I
That's a
mean,
tiny ass kitchen. I ain't feeling that kitchen.
that's a little
Or is that the wine room? No, the wine room will have a glass door because you gotta have a certain temperature. Just like I'm surprised none of these fucking places have a humidor. But in the apartment buildings now they have the no smoking. You'll have a humidor in the house.
that's the wine
Yeah,
cellar,
that's the wine cellar.
little private balcony. Um, I'm thinking it's more than one kitchen. I'm thinking, but I'm not so. I'm
Yeah, I
not.
think they're showing you multiple apartments.
No, this is one unit. You gotta think this is set $14 million. I don't know why I said 17 million. It's $14 million. You gonna get a lot for $14 million. Look at the HOA fees, $19,000 a month.
See, that's new construction. It's built in '01. That's brand new construction.
Mm.
7-car garage. It's $1,100 per square foot. That seems overpriced.
So this is like you getting a lot for the money. I mean, you know, this is for like literally someone that probably has a hedge fund, got a fireplace right there.
Yeah, this is gonna be more for an athlete, and probably not even a superstar. Because remember, bro, we're in America. We can get mortgages. So all a nigga got to do is say, "Hey, listen, I make, you know, fucking, I'm a rookie. My rookie contract is 35 million. Well, yeah, that would be a star. Never mind."
Well, I mean, this is like the mix right here. You would, you got $100,000 mortgage if you put down $3.5 million.
Yeah,
So,
that's what
um,
I'm saying. So you're right. It would be a star because your regular nigga ain't getting. But see, I don't know baseball money long, but you like, fucking Derrick Rose could have got that when he got drafted, but fucking, or Jimmy Butler could have got that when he got drafted because they were stars. But fucking Joakim Noah, even though he was kind of a star, he wasn't getting that shit.
no, not at first. No,
Mm.
yeah, very few players can
Yeah,
get.
or like Lonzo and LaMelo Ball, they superstars when they came in, got these retarded big contracts. But
Yeah,
fucking, fucking what's that? Caruso ain't getting that.
no, no.
Even though Caruso more of a star than Lonzo Ball.
He got better resume than Alonzo, because Alonzo didn't even go to college, or did he went one
Nah,
year?
he went to USC for 1 year, yeah.
UCLA, yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know why I said USC.
yeah,
Yes, I was thinking football.
yeah.
And fucking LeBron's son.
Caruso got an NCAA championship, I believe, but I'm not sure.
Caruso a dog.
Yeah,
I don't know why the fuck the Lakers got rid of him, man. We over here sucking like a fucking whore for crack.
yeah. So you
And the
got
only reason I'm back to a Lakers fan is because LeBron's there.
he got a gym. He got a private gym with a locker room. Look like, oh no, that's just the weights and stuff.
We
So,
need to get rid of AD and get fucking Joel Embiid. Anthony Davis little frail ass.
oh yeah, got
For
a
real.
got a little theater room, a little small.
Damn.
Got a computer cafe or office, or basically a office area.
That's where niggas be doing they fucking oh, there's the floor plan. That's where niggas be doing they fucking podcast from. This is Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, I don't even think Gilbert got the money for this shit. He probably,
Yeah.
yeah, this is like, man, this is some high level shit, bro. But this is what I was talking about when I was saying, okay, you have your own floor, the whole floor of this
Yeah.
building. That's what I was talking about. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, that's why I told you not to demand. I mean, yeah, New York is some shit, but nigga, you got it there in Chicago too.
Man, it's a lot of money in Chicago, bro. A lot. That's why I don't really give a fuck about moving nowhere else. I mean, well, I did, but I'm right here, man. I mean, I'm just like in New Jersey. That's all. I mean,
Yeah, I feel you.
I go to work in Chicago every day, man. I,
Nah, like you said, it's like going to Jersey.
yeah, so it's a lot of money here, man. Even in Gary, believe it or not, Gary is a major city. It's not the poorest city in Indiana.
Oh
Like
wow.
people think it's a podunk city. Nah, this motherfucker got rail yards. It got Lake Michigan. It's got Miller Beach. Let me blow your mind. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? Show you some shit, man. Miller Beach, man. This is part of Gary too. This blow your fucking mind. People be like, Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Abdul, he's struggling, and Gary, he. Um, and it's like, dude, you gotta understand, you got Miller Beach, bro. Like the lady that do chick to do my locks, man. She in Miller Beach, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Miller area of Gary.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's totally different, bro. It's like it's a little bit different. Um, so let's see here. Let me share my screen. So I can
Yeah,
go.
how the fuck do you be doing these late night streams and still be able to get up for work, nigga? Damn,
Well,
that's a nice ass house. That
one
shit, I
day,
think it's like 500,000.
that day that we went into like 2 or 3 in the morning, I had to call off.
Oh,
Basically,
nigga, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning right now over here.
I had to use a PTO day. I mean,
Mm.
it's Saturday today. It's the weekend, so
Wait,
of
it
course
is?
I ain't gotta go into
Oh
work.
shit, it is Saturday.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't see, this is crazy. I haven't worked in years. So I like the days, I don't know what day it is except for like, cause football is coming on or some shit. Like I don't be knowing what day it is. Every day seems the same to me.
yeah.
Though
It's
different, but like,
This is like land. This is beachfront land right here. So this is
mm,
literally Michigan. You know, so they don't even have anything for sale, bro, because
yeah.
it's like it's so prime that they don't even have it for sale.
Niggas is
Um,
probably just sitting there owning it and living in Chicago.
they do. That's what I found out. I found out that when I moved here, like I'm like, it's people that I didn't even know had property in Miller Beach. Like they literally they have beachfront property on Miller Beach. So let me put in the map. Let me just do a street view. I mean, cause damn, they got hotels over there. Wait, nah, that's something. I know what those are. So let me see.
Shit, I'm fading, bro. But it is 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm fading.
Yeah. I'm about to start shutting things down. Definitely gonna shut things down.
But I'm gonna see this though. But after that, I'm gonna probably, yeah, I'm definitely fading. My voice getting all, my voice getting all fucked up and shit.
Mhm.
That's my body like, nigga, if you don't go to sleep, we gonna put you to sleep.
Yeah,
That's how I fell asleep the other day on your shit. Cause my
yeah.
shit just, I was like, it wasn't that, it was the tone, nigga. My body was crashing, nigga. It was like, yo, we tired,
So
boss.
this is beachfront property, yo. Right off of the beach. So you got Lake Michigan right here. I'm
I
gonna
can't see
zoom
it.
in.
It's still on
Boom.
the other screen.
Oh, hold on. So this is basically right off of the fucking lake. This is
Oh
Lake
wow,
Michigan right here. This is just one property. This is like,
damn, that's
you know,
nice as
right
shit.
off the
How
lake.
much is something like that?
This is
Like a
probably
mil?
close to a million. Yeah. This
See,
is Gary.
I gotta get
This
the
is
fuck
fucking
out of New
Gary.
York, man.
What does that say? What does that say? 1299 Park Street, Gary, Indiana.
I gotta get the
This
fuck
why I
out of
be
New
looking
York.
at niggas. This is why I be looking at niggas like, you think I'm dumb, huh? You think I don't know what I'm doing, huh? Like, I mean, it's just common sense. Gary is only fucking 15 minutes from Chicago. You
Oh
got
wow,
beachfront property is fucking always gonna be valuable because it's right off of the lake, and you know all of the riffraff is like, you know, they got
ain't nowhere near there.
shit, but it's like, basically you gotta understand, like, it's always gonna be the haves and the have-nots. The haves is gonna live somewhere a little bit far away or whatever. And then there's always expensive real estate somewhere. I mean, it depends, but Gary is very similar to Chicago, where it has just like a little small part of like the like a halves or whatever. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show. I mean, I this is a pretty good stream. I know I can't do these like 6 hour. I don't know how these niggas be doing that shit.
Yeah, these niggas be going for 24 straight, son.
these monsters, like, man, I don't know what the hell they.
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you, my man's told me the same shit, son. Like, so unlike me and you, right? We use YouTube for business, right? They use YouTube as business.
Oh, okay.
Right? So like a lot of these niggas in that we listen to, if they didn't have bitches to talk about all day, them niggas wouldn't have shit about them. Niggas wouldn't get no money because all they get their money from is fucking super chats and watch hours. You go on late at night, you don't really give a fuck about niggas donating and none of that because you got shit actually going on.
Yeah.
Niggas, oh, your channel ain't monetized. I don't give a fuck if my channel ain't monetized.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm blessed, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I literally like I said, I stopped doing Kaiser talks because I'll just be bragging at this point. I mean, it's like, you already got cat sensitive, man, because you're talking about financial improvement. You start bragging and shit, man. And I ain't even nowhere near like on some Anton Daniels shit or none of that. But it's like at that point, at a certain point, it's like you bragging. You know what I'm saying? So
that nigga wouldn't survive in other cities.
Who? Certain people? Or
yeah, Anton. The nigga's cool. He's an Aries like me, but he wouldn't survive in other cities.
Oh, he's an Aries. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, April 13th.
He contradicts himself though, because it's like
life is a contradiction, but
he's like a. I thought he was a Gem. He acts like a Gemini because he says certain things and then he contradicts himself on the next live stream. It's like you just said you was gonna send some bitches to turn a dude out, and then you talking against prostitution.
What?
Stream.
Damn.
I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I done stopped watching that nigga almost altogether. No animosity, but because he ended up falling into this maiden dating relationship bullshit where niggas just sit on panels all day and be like, well, the woman and the man and the women and the woman and them niggas don't come to no real fucking nothing. Like I said, we just had drop bombs. Why you think Keisha acts the way she do towards these niggas? Because she know that these dumbass niggas think they could take her to the ball.
Yeah.
Or that because they got a woman that's fucking attractive, that niggas gonna want to see. I don't want. Yes, your bitch is pretty. I'll fuck her. I'll come on her face, but that's it. Right?
Yeah,
I ain't taking that bitch nowhere. Yeah, you know what? I'll even trick on the bitch. What, you want to come to Bloomingdale's with me? Okay, I'll buy you one outfit and let you suck my dick for the rest of your life because you fucking impressed. Right? But, and that's kind of what Anton is trying to show these niggas when he be like, I'll fly you out, girl. I'll do this. He knows these bitches wouldn't be able to come to his corporate job. They might be able to come there to work for niggas, but they ain't gonna be able to come there to fucking rub elbows with niggas.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to do, whatever, what he got going on. I mean, it looked like he got something going on.
He got a net worth of $13 million. He was a trust fund baby, not exactly trust fund, but life insurance.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. When his daddy died, niggas exposed that already. But I take that with a grain of salt. He said he paid for his daddy's funeral. I'm likely to believe that. Then niggas, oh, he's a trust fund baby. He got life insurance, nigga. I find that hard to believe because not enough black people buy life insurance statistically, and we don't buy it the right way, right? Unless his daddy came from money, but I think his family came fucking Detroit, right? They were fucking laborers. Niggas don't buy life insurance the right way. I got $100,000 policy. I got a $500,000 policy. My family's set. Nigga, you talking about generational wealth and you make $50,000 a year. A generation is 20 years. 50,000 times 20 is $1,000,000. That's generationally barely getting by if you have $1,000,000 policy because that's just leaving your family with $50,000 a year for 20 years. That ain't shit. Generational wealth will be a $10 million policy, and when they receive that money, you put it in a fucking money market account or an interest bearing account, and you live off the fucking interest. But too many niggas want to hear about this flashy bullshit and be jerking off, acting like they fucking the bitch. I'm gonna go to sleep, my nigga.
All right, man. All right.
Salute.
Salute. Yeah. So that's Alonzo, man. Financial extraordinaire insurance salesman, whole life insurance. It's like, man, it's really after a while, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, you don't really like, I ain't tell you all of the stories about all of the struggles. I told you some of the struggles that I went through. I ain't tell you all of the struggles, but we talked about momentum. You know, I talked about hyper spending, but I got two more points to mention before I close things out. And much appreciated, bro. Anytime. There's bad relationships. Okay. You know, we talked about hyper spending as far as momentum killers. What we have also is bad relationships. Okay, bad relationships are absolutely momentum killers. Okay, how? How is they momentum killers? Well, you have a bad relationship, you could lose out on, I mean, all kinds of time, all kinds of stress. It's very draining having a toxic relationship. I mean, it's like battling a fucking demon. Like, it's very, very difficult. A lot of damage control, ongoing damage control, you know. And that's if you able to handle that. Some people are not even able to handle that. They get on the hook for child support with the state and all kind of shit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, custody battles and all of that. It's very, very, very important that you choose someone that is verified to be a good wife, if that's what you're gonna choose. It is like extremely important. A lot of times we choose based off of wanting to have sexual access. We prioritize sexual. You know what poor people do? This is from Ron Wills. It ain't from me. Poor people prioritize sex over like wealth, business. They prioritize sex. Not like, okay, yeah, not like, okay, they going to go vacation and shit like that. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they prioritize sex to the point where that is the ultimate goal. To like, you pick someone based off of this sex. Like, literally, like, it's guys like myself and others that are talented in that department, and they can get a woman they can get even a higher level woman based off of their sexual performance and their masculine wiles, you could even say. And it's like, because a lot of women, they want to be hypergamous, but they can't be hypergamous because they choose who gives them the best feeling, the best, orgasm over the man that has the good family stock, the man that has the actual wherewithal to have them to a point where they're successful financially, and they don't even know how to treat them. They treat them like shit. And the average guy is not gonna let you treat them like shit like that. Some guys are like that. They'll let you treat them like shit. But most guys, they're not gonna let you treat them like shit. So you can't get away with that. So it's like, yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people choose sex over everything. And a lot of poor people, that's what their main concern is, sex. Okay, I need to. They make lifelong decisions based off of sexual access. That's what the poor person does. Even the woman in the hood, her choosing of a mate is based off of her getting the best orgasm. That's her priority. So, you listen to it in the music, Sexy Red, Sukihana, a lot of these other chicks. And they're setting these women up for failure. And the men that choosing these women are setting themselves up for failure. Because you're getting with a woman that is not conducive enough to scale up in life. It's gonna have problems, gonna have all kind of difference. It goes metaphysical to souls and shit. You got all of these men that this woman, been with is absolutely, fucked with her soul. And that's why a lot of women have to become celibate, because they got so fucked up in the game that they have to go and actually stop taking dicks. They have to decline the penis, because they've been getting so much penis that they have to say no, like it's a fucking drug. And it is. Pause. And the smart ones do be like, you know what? This shit is killing me. Okay, I have to take a break. Because I ain't getting the right dude, and I keep getting nut dumped. It's crazy in America, man. The freedoms in America that other countries don't have. Like, you can't, in certain countries, you can't just go fuck. If you get caught, you get whipped. I'm no bullshit. America has a lot of freedoms. A lot of, Western countries have a lot of freedoms that other countries just don't have. You get stoned, flogged, and beaten for having sex with somebody else's woman. You might even die. In America, the dude might talk to you. He might say, "Hey, leave, bro. Get up out of here." And that's if he's kind. I mean, a lot of times dudes, crimes of passions happen every day. But yeah, you choosing a wrong relationship, a bad relationship again, we dealing with a slim margin of error. Most people operate off of a slim margin of error, meaning they don't have any financial resources and or people to back them if something goes wrong. So you having a relationship that's bad is much more of a risk than someone that has wealth and resources that they can fall back on. It just is what it is. That's why most people, highly even successful people, have a bad relationship and they fall off because it's just very difficult to deal with a fallback of a bad relationship, especially if the relationship resulted in a financial split up where your half of your monies are split up to your ex-wife, children, all of that. It's a really, really big momentum killer. Okay. Very, very big. Okay. I know people that have had become a millionaire, and then they got they got in a relationship that, just didn't stand the test of time or whatever. Things might have been great at first. A lot of times relationships are difficult because life is difficult. What do I mean by that? So you dealing with life. When you're dealing with somebody else, they're also dealing with life. You yourself might be able to deal with life better than others. That's why you probably shouldn't even get with a chick that is just very nimble-minded and fragile, because she might not be able to deal with life like you can. Like, you might be a stoic warrior, like me. That's how that would describe me. Another chick, she can't deal with little small shit, will just really mess her up, mess her whole life, mess her whole way of thinking, And it's like, yeah, you can train women. I mean, a man can train his woman to be stronger and tougher and stuff like that. Yeah, you can. But it's better to get a woman that's already kind of tough to a certain degree. Not saying you should get a Manny Fresh looking stud for a woman. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should get a woman that is slightly tough, as tough as you are, so she can handle life. Because I mean, the thing is that life, the universe, is very, very tough, and that's what you're trying to survive. You're trying to survive that and other people. You got people influencing other people. You got people that's trying to manipulate other people. All your woman has to do is be weak enough to let one bitch influence her to do something, and that's it. And it's why it's like, really, when you have a woman, you really need to protect who she interacts with, because if she gets interacting with someone that's influencing her, that's all it takes. And then it's like Adam and Eve, the story again in the garden. She gets influenced by the serpent, and then next thing you know, there goes your garden. So the last thing is bad health is momentum destroyers. Bad health is very, very much the ultimate, destroyer of momentum. Everything is fine, and then all of a sudden you laid up in the hospital bed on social media talking about pray for me. You ain't tell nobody what's wrong with you. You didn't give them the prognosis. You just you laid up in the hospital bed, and then you say pray for me, and then all of a sudden everybody is pouring out prayer hands. I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What am I praying for? You got cancer, you got fucking prostate problems, what you got tuberculosis. What the fuck is you laying in the hospital bed for? We all know that people get sick. I mean, some people's favorite show is ER or Grey's Anatomy. I mean, I don't have enough time in the day to watch TV like that. But I mean, I've watched it here and there over the years. But the point is like, we know people get sick sometimes. I mean, I'm just saying, that's what people do. Like, at least that's what some of the people I know do that I went to high school with. Are they the brightest light bulb in the bunch? No. But yeah, that's what people do. And it ain't just them. I've seen people do that. People don't necessarily want to give their prognosis. Especially if they have AIDS. But no, all things aside, yeah, health is health is a destroyer of momentum. Definitely is one of the biggest destroyers. So a lot of times stress management, if you notice, something I was doing was I was giving myself a massage. Pretty much I have a lot of tension. I need to get a good massage. I need to stop somewhere and get me a massage. But basically, you do need to be better as far as stress management. Watching what you eat, making sure you get enough rest, making sure your life is comfortable as possible and peaceful as possible, because it's like kind of goes into the whole bad relationship thing. Why would you be with someone that you at war with? I mean, why? As a person, why would you get someone that you go home to and it's not peace, it's war? So all of that stuff, it wears on your body as well. You know, that Bible verse, I just randomly came across it. The Proverbs, I think it was 21:9, is better to be on a housetop, in the corner of a housetop, than to be with a quarrelsome wife. Okay. That's something is actually in the Bible. Now, certainly to be on a roof, in the corner of a roof, is better to be there than with a quarrelsome wife. That's saying something, because that just shows you how bad it is to deal with the quarrelsome wife. And I don't think that people understand you have the option. This is what I'll say with that. It's like with jobs, right? I never forget, I was watching something where I think it was like a video. It was like a job that it was like a training video. I think I was doing security. It was a long time ago. And it said, why would you talk about a job or, complain about a job when you can just quit the job? You don't have to work the job. You can quit anytime you want to. And it's kind of like that with relationships. Like, why would you bug for both men and women? Why would you bug as a man, your wife or woman, when you can leave the relationship anytime? The woman, why would you beg or bother or bug your man or complain all the time and nag with your man, when you could leave anytime you want to? So it's like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I look at that. And the thing is that a lot of these things is why kind of time, people just kind of be by themselves, because it's like you don't have to worry about all of that shit. It's like, I mean, why bother with anything like that? And even why even try to put yourself in a situation where that's going to be a problem again? Some people absolutely have like bad health based off of them stressing themselves out. You got to learn to kind of just learn to say F it, and focus on yourself as much as possible, because if you not gonna focus on yourself, nobody else will. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I just had to continue this discussion because the last video was very, very bad stream, and I really got a lot out of this. It's like, this is a very, very good video, on its own. And hopefully this helps you understand, if you keep going at it, you will build some momentum up. And you guys really like when I talk about momentum, because that shit is true. A lot of people probably they won't say the word momentum. They talk about other things, but it's very much momentum. Okay. And that's the cheat code.